No, if I get one now, it's going to get cold. So, I mean, it's going to get warm.
It's gonna get cold.
Okay, we are go.
Can we do a lead into the intro? Like a countdown to the intro.
What do you mean a count? We are currently live. Hello, stream. This is Bela'Dun and Beyond.
Hello, everyone.
I did say I'm going to start it now.
Yeah, you have some warning.
Sorry,
now. I'm Pam.
I thought I'm going to start it now with enough warning. What are you going to do? What hat are you going to put on?
Oh, was I going to put on a hat?
Oh, I was hoping for a hat.
Damn it.
No, sometimes I do feel that, you know.
Sorry, do you want me to kill your feed for a second?
With notice,
go
you
put
should
trousers on?
start recording a bit earlier so everyone can see our pre-chats.
Yeah.
No one needs to see that.
I've been doing the recap, so we've been talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake.
A real life recap.
Talk about Resident Evil 4
selling cigarettes in prison, and President of the Philippines. I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah. Loads of topics.
Yeah, apologies for the incredibly late start. I had some last minute work to do, which came in out of nowhere, but that's all good. Cool. This is session 44. Who is doing the recap? Who's doing the in-game recap rather than the out-of-game recap?
I am doing the recap. And we all know what it's like when my recaps...
I can't wait, they're my favourite.
Strap in.
Most of the time, there are gaps, which I rely on everyone else to fill because I drink too much during... Okay, cool. So, recap, Astaroth returns. He vomits in the process of his return. I remember that.
Key points.
Yeah, key points. Parvis wastes no time trying to ask questions immediately as he joins and as he comes back. In the process of him vomiting.
Throwing up.
What better time?
Of course, you know what I mean? When else we update Astaroth with everything that's happened in his absence. Taran shows himself his black hand.
My black hand.
Look what I got now.
Your black hand. My black hand. Parvis and Astaroth are at the lake. We've all set up camp. Livia, myself, Vice, and the mayor were separated, scouting the area. Taran challenges Astaroth to a sparring match, and Luke, of course, in brackets. I'm joking.
Oh, fuck you! I will fight you.
I'd lose, probably.
Of course.
This is the final straw. Now I know Max has it out for me.
I even wrote that down. Like I'm sure I put. Of course. Where is it?
Yeah, it's on there.
I love you. I love you, man. We eat a basic meal. During the downtime of 2 weeks, Taran challenges Livia, but actually wins. WTF?
I was obviously drunk.
Yeah. It's cool. I think all the time that Taran has been challenging people, he has actually gained some skills. He's got, and now he's able to beat Livia.
It's a one-time thing. He's not able to beat me.
Well, Taran, let's see if you keep it going.
Watching Livia stumbling about with her sword, just like, I'm gonna hit you.
I read a book during my downtime, learns about Scanis, and find out they're like conkers.
Scanis.
Sorry, pardon me. Scanis. And I learned that they're like conkers. The book is showing signs that it could be referring to real knowledge.
Don't make me Google the little accent again, because that's what got us into this problem.
Yeah. The mayor practices enchanting during this time. Astaroth speaks with the mayor. Congrats her on the mission together and gives her a stone of Zenny as a reward.
Best buddies.
Best buds now. Best buds.
That arc happened without me planning it. Like I had stuff I wanted to do. It's too late. They're friends.
It's a side story that nobody knows, including Josh.
Correct. Yeah. And also, Astaroth attempts to open his box, and he finally succeeds opening the box.
Yeah.
He does. Yeah.
The lockbox.
Inside the box, there's a purple crystal inside. With strange properties. After Taran studies it, the gem, being purple, breaks into dust, and Taran holds it, and it becomes one with Taran's hand, marking his thumb.
Oh no, it's me.
No, it's Astaros.
Astaroth, sorry, not Taran.
It did nothing to my hand, but as soon as Astaroth...
No, sorry, you know what it is because I remember we were talking about you having your black hand, and something similar to that. So yeah, it kind of like creates like these markings, like a tattoo type of thing on Astaros's hand, and
he's cursed.
It gave him a buff, which is good. I think it was wisdom.
And it gave him a buff, which is good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. Don't worry about it like discoloring your hand. It's all good. Then at the end of the month comes. And the Salvan army arrives at the clearing, sounding like drums as they march in. Aresia is seen by Livia as they arrive. Kristen, the
bestie,
arrives. Yeah, your bestie. We also see Aresia, talking to an older woman. Points over, and she starts coming over to us. Her name was Ferdy, I believe.
That's a good reminder. I will open the Excel file that has people's names
she's
on
the major, and she gave us a scroll, and she gave us 3 different scrolls of 3 different missions.
Choice. She got let us choose.
Choice. She got let us choose between these 3 missions. Out of the 3, we end up choosing to investigate a squad, the Serenity Squad to be specific, and we're looking to interrogate the group about an incident or an accident involving wagons, sabotaging wagons.
You still don't know about that. Vice does not know about the wagon.
Yeah, but he's done the notes.
I know, but I can tell as he's reading it that he thinks he knows it. He doesn't know it.
Okay, forget about that.
It's split into 2 groups. There's Livia and Vice. And then there's the other 3, and they find out about a sabotage carriage.
Also, there's
what do we do?
Feathery-based information.
Yeah,
that I feel like
we're getting there.
Okay.
After we've spoken to Kristen, we asked for him to obtain something for us, and then he wasn't able to deliver until the next morning. So we sleep. The next morning, the chicken arrives. Agatha the chicken, who's about a year old, arrives, and we basically fumble so much time trying to find the freaking cage and all this jazz,
I bought a cage, and it's filled with straw.
You did. You really overpaid for that cage. Just remind you.
Twice as much as the chicken itself.
It's true. And then I wrote, and then I had a blank part up because I was drunk.
Nice.
What happened there?
I like how drunk Max still decided to assign the space.
Yes, because I remember I was kind of, I don't know where my brain was at, but I know that the drink took me, and then came back. And I came back, and then I was like, shit, I've just missed like a huge portion. I don't know what happened. Right? So,
the drug took me.
The drug took me, man. So I just put, I don't know what happened there. And then Astaroth gives us orders. Nemea, Taran, Astaroth, they travel east. I think at this point we're on our way to kind of find the squad to do the mission. Livia and myself, we travel west to find the Serenity Squad members, and we find out that one of the Serenity Squad members, his name is Raina, I believe. Raina, right? Yeah. Who's a human girl with brown hair. That's all and she's impetuous, apparently. That's all I wrote. And Livia and myself then decide to speak with Kristen about the Serenity Squad members. He gives us some info about Raina. And that is all I remember, or that's as far as I wrote. So I don't know if anything else happened after that. I may have been taken by the drunk again at this point. So if anyone would like to fill in what had happened after that point, after we'd spoken to Kristen, who gave us information about Raina. Is that where it was stopped, or?
I think so. You actually didn't miss anything.
No,
I can think of.
Really?
The only bit, I'm pretty sure you forgot to write about Agatha. I feel like you winged that piece.
No,
Pun intended.
It's not in your paper, is it?
The only thing I wrote about Agatha was this 2 lines here.
Chicken
I don't know why. I don't know what was happening. Oh god. Fucking hell, I really should stop drinking, man.
So,
Thanks to
the
recap,
Astaros, Terran, and Nemea group found out that one of the incidents revolved around a cart having what seemed to be a wheel that came off and caused a kerfuffle on the Starver military's attempt to make it to the clearing, and that it was suspect because the wheels are essentially held on with a wooden pin that can't really come out. And the other two of you came across Kristen and spoke to Kristen and Ezekiel, his wife or partner, and she confirmed that Raina was one of the squad and that she liked to drink, and that was about it. So let's pull you over to here.
Cool. So that was my recap for this for last week.
Oh yeah,
who's doing recap this week?
Good recap.
Thank you.
Well done.
Make Lucy do it this week.
I agree.
Please die.
Lucy, come on. Do
Please
it, man.
die.
Come on.
The last time I tried to do a recap, it was so atrociously bad.
No, you already don't
just-
go on webcam. You're doing a recap. You can write
Exactly.
that.
It's been a
you know,
long time.
This is a good opportunity for you to redeem yourself now. Live it.
Or it will be in a
do
week's
it?
time.
How do you do it?
Just take
Just
points,
write down
just
what's
take
happening,
points
Yeah.
on certain things that are happening. Like me. Like honestly, I just listen for the key things. Well, not all of them, but
Max writes more than I do as well. I literally just wrote like fucky carpet, fucky rug, fucky kitchen. Like that was 90% of my notes.
Fucky tower.
Yeah.
We actually rewatched the replay last night in the
Oh, really?
background. Just
job.
on the off chance that I was like, oh, maybe I was supposed to do the recap. So I just had it on in the background.
No.
I don't like with a fresh, sober rewatch less than 24 hours ago. I don't think you missed anything. So brother,
Oh, wonderful.
That's
wonderful.
high praise.
Oh, bravo.
You get a gold star. No, silver.
Ah, thanks,
Next time you
man.
get gold.
Thanks, man.
We should start doing
I'm gonna-
inspiration for perfect recaps.
Oh, we should.
Let's do that.
Oh, yeah, that's
Vice, there's a little circle in the top right of your character sheet, and if you press that circle, it will become a black circle. That means that you have a D20 inspiration to use, like the luck feat, essentially. You can use that whenever you want, and you can take the roll that you choose. You don't necessarily have to take the highest roll. It's a mechanic that actually exists in 5e for the DM to sort of give players inspiration as a kind of well done. I feel like that's a bit patronizing, but given that we're all agreeing on it, I'm happy to go with it if you guys agree.
Nice. Okay, that's nice. So what? When can I use it? Sorry.
Whenever you
Whenever you want.
Any
Okay.
roll, you can roll an additional d20, expend that inspiration, and take whichever roll you prefer.
yeah.
Cool. This and when I choose to use it, I get a nat 1.
Quite possibly, yeah. But
Yeah.
then you can take the roll that
But
you
then you can
originally
take the
rolled
old
instead.
Now one, the group is horribly demoralized.
I'll be back in 5. I'm going to go put the little one to bed.
That's fine. So we will, in that case, go with Astaros, Taran,
Yeah.
and Nemea. You three are relatively close to... Who was it that you spoke to that told you about the cart? Was it
Durjek
Durjek?
Crushhammer.
Yeah, I thought so. So you're relatively close to Durjek. He has told you about... oh, I've got no music. That's why it's weirdly quiet. He's told you about the cart incident, roughly. And I believe he said that the squad were usually somewhere in the south.
Yeah.
Yes,
that
south
right?
of the camp. Yes.
So,
So-
what do you guys collectively want to do?
Yes. So that recap was completely correct, but in terms of the intel of each group, so we know our team of 3 knows that it's a sabotage wagon where the wheel came off because a pin was removed, whereas Egg Squad, as I affectionately referred to them on the last playthrough and on this round as well, they know about Raina, who's the drunk, impetuous one. So we don't know each other's intel yet.
That is correct.
And the agreement was to meet up at the central tent in 2 hours, which has not elapsed yet. So we've still got some time. We can either go question somebody else, or we can go straight to the source. And now in character, good timing. So we know the card was sabotaged. We know that what's the bloody name? Team Serenity were in the area at the time. We know they were traveling with the Cardinal Spiders. but we don't want to attract too much attention. Do you think we'd be best served asking around, or should we go in a little bit closer? What do you think?
People know that we're a group, so it's not like we can really send in like one person just to question them, and then not have their folks come to us. So I say it's all or nothing. Like, we either go question them or we don't. We can figure out like a sleuthy way of doing it. I know Vice has some ways. I've forgotten my spells, so I don't think no, I don't have a way. I don't have a way.
My only concern here is that we did agree to meet up and share our intel. Perhaps they know something that we don't that could be quite useful.
How long roughly has passed?
Since you left the original tent?
Yeah.
I think about an hour?
Yeah, I think about an hour.
I've only got the current time. I don't have the old time, but I'm pretty sure it's about an hour.
So just about time. Who else do you think would know any information? Because I don't know about the...
We should think about the kinds of people that a squad may have need of. A quartermaster, the mess hall, some kind of register, shops. Hartley, any ideas?
None yet.
Currently, you guys are in the middle of quite a relatively bustling encampment, despite the image on Roll20. It's about midday, so perfectly bright. And in fact, in this clearing as well, the sun does kind of beat down on you a little bit, almost uncomfortably for, I'm going to say Asteros and probably Asteros only, as the most heavily armored. I think the other two of you are just pretty much wearing robes, kind of cloth armor, if anything.
Just words.
Yeah. So you guys are kind of all right. Asteros is looking a little slightly sweltered, I would say, starting to sweat on his brow type thing. I don't know whether or not you're walking around with your helmet in your hand rather than on your head, Asteros, but...
My one prop.
But the occasional drop of sweat is starting to flow down his forehead that you guys can see passively.
Ross sprints like a cartoon character to grab his helmet from the tent.
We need to like paper mache that thing and like turn it into Asteros's helmet. It would be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Proper cosplay that shit.
Okay.
You can see so many people around you, different races, different ages, different genders. They're moving around, going about their general business, doing various things. Their jacket was leaning down, helping something. I can't remember what. But you can generally see him tending to like tents, making sure they're tight enough, moving armor and things like that, moving weaponry. If you want to approach somebody you don't recognize, you can. If you want to try and find somebody specific, you can. It's entirely up to you. You don't have to stay together. You can split up.
No, we should definitely stay together.
Yes, I agree.
We have two squads already, and we do need to reconvene in an hour. Let's spend the next hour just gathering one more piece of intel, so that we have something to share. We know that the wagon was damaged. Presumably, Serenity Squad kept traveling. Therefore, there'll be other witnesses, not just the person driving that cart. I say we try and go find them. So I'm going to suggest that we move southwards, but not into the area that we believe them to be, just a little bit closer to them.
Okay.
And I want to just have us walk through the rows of tents, just keeping our ears and our eyes open for anyone who appears to be kind of maybe gossiping or chit-chatting.
Okay. So, go on, Taryn.
I said, I like that.
Oh, cool.
Go ahead.
So, why don't you all give me investigation, since you're all generally looking for this sort of thing under Asteros's lead?
Completely forgot that I was rolling on D20 because I got my dice near me. I was just going to go grab them, like, no, that's not it.
6.
No plus to investigation?
I don't get any plus investigation.
Fair enough.
18.
Oh, nice.
18!
Nice. So as the three of you walk around, Nemea, you spot two people just leaning up against the tent. They're still fully armored. They still have weapons about them, but they don't seem to be doing anything. They don't have the same kind of recognized hustle that the rest of the people that you've moved past do. Whether or not that just means they're on some sort of break or perhaps doing a task that doesn't require them to try too hard, I don't know. But you're the only one to notice them as the group collectively walks on by, and the other two are generally slightly walking past.
I'll stop the group and point at these people, maybe?
Okay.
You.
Let's see if they notice. They don't. You kind of half point at them in a way that probably could be seen by others, but you don't seem to get their attention. The two people's attention. You get the attention of your group quite happily.
Okay, so we maybe just edge a little bit closer. We try and I don't know, listen in.
Yeah, let's try. Let's try.
Just casually, blending into the crowd, but just listening into their conversation.
Okay.
We try eavesdrop.
So you can see that the crowd generally is like it's moving, and it's not so built up in any one area that you guys aren't potentially going to stand out. Why don't you all roll stealth for me to see how kind of nonchalant you appear in their presence, having stood still.
No way.
I stand on a barrel, smacking my helmet against my face. Oh, that's win.
Oh my god.
Nat 1 as well. Two Nat 1s. Two Nat 1s and a Nat 20.
Okay. What happens is these two people are kind of talking away. Nemea, given that you're the only one to have massively noticed them, roll history for me, please.
Somehow more stealthy as another character rather than the rogue.
Okay, cool. So,
damn.
Nemea, you recognize one of these two people to be Hiskas, the human private that Aresia and Livia, but mainly Aresia, sent to go get better information about Livia's horse, which I forget the name of, but I feel like it's Adana.
Adana.
Yeah.
Adana.
As you recognize him, Asteros has kind of caught your half point, and whilst that was perfectly inconspicuous, he kind of looks at you, looks at them, and goes, "What?" And previously, where he was kind of going like clunk, 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 and then just stopped, turned, and kind of heavily shouted this at you, not really realizing. You kind of realize that it's his cast in this moment, and like Asteros can see on your face that you're trying to sort of say that you know this guy without giving too much away to them, but is being kind of loud, and at the same time you're just sort of saying nothing while staring at them and then staring back to Asteros. It's become very apparent. However, what has not become apparent is that Taran kind of picked up on what was going on from your initial half point and has moved away from you two under the distraction that you've allowed him. And Taran, you are now on the other side of the tent that they were kind of half leaning against. They can't see you.
I'm gonna ask to do that in the first place. Why not?
They can't see you. You're kind of around the corner. You're still within Asteros' view and the mayor's view if she moves a bit. And you just hear these two people speaking. One of them you know to be his cast, and he is saying, "Yeah, so, I got it. I found it, and I just left it there, I suppose. They didn't really tell me what to do. I think I can't just bring it back. It would have been quicker, though. Maybe I should have brought it back." And then the other one's like, "So what are you doing? Have you not got some kind of watch or something? I mean, I'm on break, but, like, you were standing here before I got here." And he was like, "Oh, no, I mean, yeah, super busy." And then they're just sort of mumbling on as you listen in.
I'm gonna just sort of walk out in front and just be like, "So, the horse."
The one that doesn't know you looks at you and just goes, "Huh?" And then looks past you and sees Asteros and just goes, "Oh, anything I can help you with, Sergeant?"
I'm going to be rubbing my sore crotch from walking into that barrel. Even though I'm wearing full metal plate.
It was a hard barrel.
It was. And I've hit it at speed as well on a Nat 1.
Very on the mud. Just
turned into it hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to sort of slightly say to Taran on the side, "What did you hear?"
So, it seems like our good friend here found the horse that Livia won't found.
Oh, Adana?
Yeah, apparently
Yes,
so.
yeah, I did as asked. I have found Adana.
Where is she?
She's in Stalvin.
Safe?
Mm-hmm. She was sold to a traveling merchant. I managed to speak with him and buy her back, and I have had her stabled in the stable there.
Good work.
A good month.
And you didn't think to bring her back here, no?
It's quite difficult to do. We aren't using a lot of horses. The military knew that we'd be going into the woods, and I thought it best not to draw such attention to myself and this task.
It's probably for the best. The horse probably would have died if we brought it with us. There's a lot of bad things going on.
We are in a war zone.
Oh, darn, there is a survivor.
Good work, Private. Hiskas, was it?
It was, yes. I actually have been looking for you all for a little bit because it took quite some time to get back here, and whilst I did pay for the month, that was about a month ago.
Wow. Good job.
Presumably you can provide us with some kind of writ from the merchant?
I can't, but I did get his name, which I really don't remember. I'm also not 100% on the timeline. I'm just trying to find... I don't know that we ever had one. Sorry, just checking my notes for this guy's name. Blah, blah.
Olivia needs to know about this.
Yeah, she picked a great time to walk away.
She is not nearby.
She's emotionally moved on to different creatures now anyway.
Agatha.
Yeah.
He kind of scrambles about and pulls out some parchment and says to you all, honestly, I'm not 100% how long it's been. It was a long journey back by myself. And when I got back here, we were doing a full march into the woods. And these woods are quite well known for being pretty deadly. He's holding a scroll in his hand at this point, and he's like, there are a couple of them running the place. I'm not sure who you've spoken to, but if you go back or possibly contact this guy, there's some mages in the military now. I don't know what you're going to do. Ask for Perry Igglesmith, and he will be able to hold your horse. Maybe offer him coin.
Asteros. Livia's got some kind of spell that she can communicate with Dad from a distance, as far as I know. Let her know the information. Spread that on. She can ride a horse.
That's an idea.
Privates, thank you very much for the name. We'll be sure to get in contact with Mr. Eaglesmith and retrieve the horse of our own volition in our own time. We've actually been looking for you as well.
Oh?
Yes, I understand there's been some issues within our ranks, and pray tell me, have you heard of Team Serenity?
I've heard of a squad. Yes, a team, Serenity Squad.
Serenity Squad. Yes. What do you know of them?
They're a small squad. They've been away on mission relatively recently. Came back relatively recently. I think that they had a new commander not too long ago. I don't know him too well.
How recent was this switch over?
I'm not sure. I know that he was promoted not too long ago and has been leading the squad since then. I'm not sure what happened to their previous leader, or if they had one, or what rank he held.
So do people not know this leader very well?
Oh, I believe he's been in the military for some time. I don't think that he was promoted to sergeant and then started running his own squad for some time.
Another sergeant. Interesting. Is there anything that you can tell us about him? His appearance, maybe?
I don't know too much about him. I'm pretty sure he's human, middle-aged. That's pretty much it, I'm afraid.
Do you know a lot of people that sort of slightly lower rank than you?
I'm private in the
I'm talking
Starvin
specifically to Asteros.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, he hears you saying this. He's like, I maintain, the introductory rank in the Starvin military. It's respectable.
Oh, sorry, sir. No, sorry, I wasn't Tony.
Yes, his guess.
Sorry.
We're well aware that there's nobody lower than. Don't worry. As for
Kind of bows
myself,
his head in shame slightly.
As for myself, I'm not familiar with every sergeant in the military. No, I do try and keep my social eye a little bit higher up the totem pole. But perhaps we could find somebody that does keep a record of all of the various sergeants and captains. Something to revisit.
By the way, Hiscas hands you, Asteros, this scrap of paper. It says Perry Eaglesmith, Gnomish man, stable hand.
Eaglesmith.
Gnomish. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Oh, she will be pleased, and I'm glad to see that our coin went somewhere. Very well, privates. You are dismissed. And we're gonna turn tail and walk away because.
Thank you.
Oh.
I just do quite a mocking salute as I head off.
Excellent. So we're going to start sort of trudging back. I'm going to guess that the 2 hours is nearly up. Head back towards our tent.
Yeah, so you're at the sort of 1.5 hour mark at this point, and you take the last 30 minutes to head back to the tent. Are you heading? Are you trying to meet up in the center, or are you just heading back to your tent?
Our tent, where we agreed to meet up.
That's the point.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to head back. Now, I'm just gonna compliment both of my team members. So, Harvest, excellent listening in. Parsley, thank you for picking up that lead. Excellent bit of detective work there.
Well, I don't know what kicked in. I think it was a decent enough distraction. I just sort of pat you on the shoulder a bit, like playfully, just like, don't worry. Barrel saved the day there.
Don't be so familiar.
I just like take off my glove and wiggle my black hand and like a weird wave.
I'm not.
That's exactly what I imagined.
Harvest, we're in the military. Please just try and pretend that we're in the military.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
With his black hand.
He's wearing gloves. It's fine.
Oh,
my goodwill is just rapidly. Okay, so we're gonna head back.
Okay, so Livia and Vice, you guys have spoken to Kristen and Ezekiel, his wife or partner, and she has told you about somebody called Raina, who is supposedly one of Serenity Squad, and that she likes a drink but not much else. I don't know if they gave you any sort of instructions on where they are or anything like that.
No, they did not.
No. Oh, well, no. Actually, they said they hadn't seen them and that they'd been coming from one direction.
Oh, yes, that's right. They said he'd come from the east and gone west. He was like top right, making his way top left.
Well done. I did not hear that.
Yeah, so therefore they must be...
southeast or southwest.
Tokyo at that point, probably.
Mm-hmm. How long has it been since we split up? Because we agreed to go and meet back.
15-20 minutes. You've got about an hour and 40 minutes.
Okay, so we'll head off in that direction. Come on, Vice, this way.
Let's go. I mean, but what's the plan when we meet them, though? I mean...
Well, we had a plan, didn't we? It wasn't it to you turn invisible. I was going to try and do something, and then I was going to walk away, and you were going to listen. See what they said.
Yes. Yes, I remember.
Maybe? Was that it? I feel like I was going to go and ask them and say, oh, I'm new around here. Apparently you've done something. Apparently you're the mischievous ones with a car. And then they're going to deny all knowledge and I'm going to walk off. And then you're going to stick around invisible and listen to them gossip and admit to what they've done.
Well, I mean, yeah. That's a plan. That's a plan.
Or we can
option.
go
the other
get
option,
drunk.
We could do.
And then just tell Asteros that we did research.
Yeah, I mean, we say like we're new here, and what about saying that we've been reallocated to their squad, and we're joining them.
Yeah, but what if they go and ask like they're Asteros, and he's like, nah.
I'll be like, they're Asteros. well, we're.
He's like, who are you? No, I haven't. Who's this Asteros?
We're just simply minions following orders, and we've been told we could, throw a name out and just say, that Major Ferdy had relocated us to. And
I don't think we're meant to involve in it, are we?
Oh, I don't know, but she would know why we would have said that.
I think we should go find mead and just get drunk.
All right, cool.
And then we'll just tell Asteros that we spent the whole time looking. We couldn't find anyone, but we found out about Rayna. And then we'll tell him our genius plan for when we do find about you going invisible, and it'll be fine.
Okay, sure. I mean, it's an excuse. It gives us an excuse to drink, right? You know.
Let's go! Yay!
Let's do it. And I want to pull. I want to, you know, and I'm like, oh, we can introduce this one here as well. To,
Oh yeah, let's take her.
I want
give
to
her
take
a
out some
tour.
seed. I want to take out some seed and
Okay.
feed her.
Roll animal
I mean,
handling.
then we've got 60 uses. Yeah, we've got 60 uses of feed.
60 days worth of feed.
60 days of feed.
This is just a snack, so it's not. It's like
Yeah, it's fine.
Yep.
a
You can give her a couple bits of seed. Give me animal handling, Vice.
Five
Me?
Is she in the cage now?
Oh no.
Oh no!
Do you guys
not
remember
me.
the cage situation?
No.
Lydia,
We
Vice?
haven't got the cage yet. He's going to go back and pay them the 2,000 gold I gave them, and ask them to put some. And he's going to chuck some straw in it and then deliver it later.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Anything about Ekta, and I've remembered it all. Don't worry.
On and yes, I am an animal man.
Agatha accepts the seed from your hand, and seems to be your friend now. Vice, she seems to like you. She kind of gets close to you and like sits all puffy, in your arm and is happy.
Nice. I've got images of like, is it Poogie or Pogie or something from Monster Hunter?
Poogie, yeah.
That, you know, you kind of like pet, and then you get little hearts come out. You know, it's like
This is such a great day.
it is.
Oh, the pig.
On
Yes.
the subject of chicken, I just thought I'd
pig.
that in the absence of KFC,
KFC.
in the absence of KFC, my housemates are cooking homemade KFC
Oh, nice.
with the 11 herbs and spices.
Oh, send the recipe. I can make it for Josh, and then
You can find that online very
I've
easily.
guaranteed a husband then.
They are trying. They are trying. So we'll see how that turns out.
Nice.
But we
Anyway,
can't
carry
we can't
on.
have popcorn chicken because we don't have the beaks and feet that go into it.
Josh, don't say such awful things. We'll make it with corn or something.
No, I worked there. I guarantee that is exactly what the recipe is.
Now industrial grade
bags.
blender them.
Oh god.
Came in bags
Alright.
labeled beaks and feet.
And and I've got this in my bag.
It said chicken on it, but it was in like quotation marks.
No, I haven't got chicken in my bag, you weirdo.
They contain
What is this weird
unexpected
thing going on?
Mate, don't even joke. Like, you have no idea what I'm carrying right now. I'm carrying
I have a bottle of wine in my bag.
Huh?
I have wine.
You got wine?
I have wine in my bag.
So
Wonderful.
as
Let's
the two
hold
of
that
you
wine.
discuss
Okay,
the
little
booze
red
that you have
wine.
on you, you come across, much like the other group, you come across several people, all of them going about their day, milling around. You can stop any of them if you want to. If you're generally trying to make your way to the mess hall, you can see larger tents towards the center of this current setup.
Vice. Ask someone where you drink around here.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, if we can save the wine, we should. If we can't find
Oh, yeah.
booze, then we'll drink the wine. But you're all smooth
Yeah.
talkery.
No,
Smooth
I
talker.
mean, sure, yeah. Let's do that. And I look around. Can I look around
Yeah.
and see what the closest? Can I
You
look
see
for
Adam's
someone?
face is just like, this is against the plan.
Let's look for. Can I look for someone who looks like a drunk, please?
Yeah, roll investigation.
Asteros, I have a bad feeling. Something tells me some weird shit's going on.
You have no feelings
okay.
at all.
You see a guy that's
Certainly
kind
hope we
of...
can trust those two.
He just stops for a moment. The clang, clang, clang kind of goes clang, clang. There's, something's changed. Strange. I saw that cat go by, and then I'm almost could swear the same cat went by again. You see a fellow Vice, who looks a little bit red in the cheeks. He's not currently drinking anything. But he's just sort of leaning about. He has a little bit of a sway to him. He seems to be like haphazardly sharpening some blades. You can hear like a very sharp like as he scrapes this stone down the side of a sword, puts it aside, pulls another.
Okay. Livia, I'm gonna go to the guy over there.
Yeah, he looks.
There.
Yeah,
The one that sharpened me wants to be spoken to.
the one that looks like a drunk. Yeah, him. Go ask him.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'd describe him as a drunk, but
Yeah, I mean, you just said he was red
You
cheeked.
might not have, but I
he's slightly flushed.
Hello, fellow soldier.
Hello.
Hello. Can you? I mean, we've had a very long day. Would you anywhere, like anywhere that we could grab a drink? Any mead around here?
It's halfway through the day, but yes, I can. I mean, if you have the time and you're not bound to any sort of task, and he kind of looks back at the pile of swords to his right, and there are like 3 or 4 swords on his left that look slightly sharper. He's like, well, the mess tent's right in the center of the setup. That's how they usually do it.
Ah, the mess tent. Okay, wonderful.
Oh yes, there.
Do you know whereabouts that is? So you said it was the center of the setup, was it?
Yes, that's generally how they do it. It's the easiest way to filter everything from the center outwards. Some of the larger tents, the important offices.
Don't suppose you'll be able to point me in that direction.
Yes, it's that way.
What way did he point, GM?
From where you are, he pointed more southeasterly.
Southeasterly. Okay. All right.
Come on, Sergeant, let's go! And I'm going to link arms with him and start walking off.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. And we let skip.
So, fine.
There's a pause,
We're gonna
and then you just
tell-
hear like.
What we're going to do is we're going to tell Astros if he asks us about, like, I don't know, we might smell some
midday drinking?
Yeah. Well, we'll just say that we thought the best place for gossip was the food hall place.
100%.
I mean, that is the watering hole gossip, right? Come on. And
Yeah,
we
of course,
we were drinking,
And-
to try and get people to talk.
Yeah, I mean, that's what
And it
people
was
do
fine,
when
yeah.
they drink. They
I
talk.
mean, we should do that while we're there.
Yeah,
That is a good
yeah,
idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's actually
we
do
need
that.
to blend in. We need to
Yeah.
drink.
Yeah, let's go do that.
This fake plan's better than our real plan.
It's okay. It's okay.
This way.
It's okay. Like, we just maybe 1 hour. That's all we need. As long as
We've got about an hour and 40
we
minutes.
just don't.
We're fine.
We just don't need to kind of don't overdo it. You know what I mean? It's
No,
difficult
no,
for us to
overdoing
hide
it.
especially me.
You keep an eye on that sun, and when it gets to about 12 degrees that way, we've got to make sharpish.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not the quickest journey that you guys were expecting, because this is quite the clearing. It's quite sizable. So it takes you about sort of 45 minutes or so to reach this center point, getting past everyone and the weaving in and out, and eventually reaching the mess hall, or the tent that represents a mess hall.
Mess hall, that's what I meant.
There's quite a few people here. There's some that are like stationed serving the food behind like tables and counters. There are others that seem to be finishing up and returning to work. You seem to have caught them close to midday, so some people are kind of early lunching, but not as many as you would expect. But you're probably there at the wrong sort of time to get a big uprising.
Okay. Is there anywhere that is selling beer, wine, mead,
Yeah,
ale?
you can see kind of flagons in the distance, like more kind of water skins, just like plopped in
Beacons.
bags. But nobody's outwardly, obviously selling alcohol from what you can see. It's more like meat haunches and water skins.
Okay.
What
All
the
right,
water skins
let's
have in
go
them,
on.
you don't mind.
There's no way for like soldiers to relax.
Well, maybe let's go ask. Let's go ask them how we get water skin of mead.
Yeah, let's do that.
So we've been on night patrol.
Night watch. Yes, we've been
Night
on
watch.
Night watch. We were the night scouts.
We need, what is it, a tipple before bed?
Before bed. Before our midday bed.
Are you guys saying this out loud?
I mean, we're saying it out loud to each other.
You roll investigation for. Actually, do you know what, Livia? With your passive perception, you can just see what appears to be a slightly more slender-looking human, from what you can tell at this distance.
Slender-looking human.
Yeah, she just has slightly more slender features, and she's just kind of looking at the two of you.
You calling me fat?
Not right now.
No, I mean,
she's looking in your direction with a very kind of quizzical look. She's just like, what the fuck are these two doing?
Oh, she's listening. Oh, that's fine. Okay, can I look for some sort of server person, bartender, man?
Well, she's behind a counter, and she
what's
seems
the name
to
of this
be...
place? What was the name of this place again? Sorry.
There is no name. It's just the mess hall.
Oh, the mess hall.
The
That's
leaky
what-
tavern or something. The leaky tap. No, this is just a big fucking tent where the food is.
You're in the military, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't get pubs around here.
I'm gonna walk up to the woman.
We've never been in the military, any of us.
No, it shows. Can I walk up to the woman and introduce myself?
You can.
Yeah, I want to do that. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm sober. She looks at you.
Oh, I'm sober too.
Yes.
Also, you may have heard we are looking to treat ourselves after a long night's work, and would appreciate a drink, alcoholic beverage if possible.
It's the middle of the day, and then she.
Yes. But for us, it's like night time because we've been on the night watch, so it's like nighttime, except for the sun.
He can't bring that in here.
What?
She's kind of pointing past you to Vice.
Don't do this to me.
Oh no, I'm the fucking chicken. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Is there any way we could take something to go? You know, like take it away, like a takeaway.
I'm sorry. Perhaps you are. She kind of looks you up and down, like. I've dealt with recruits in my time. You're
new.
Pushing
Does
it.
it show?
This is simply where we distribute rations. If you're looking for some sort of slightly more effective beverage, then that can be arranged for some coin. And
I have coin.
She kind of leans into you as she says this and looks around. But there's a general kind of understanding, from what you can tell, of the people that are within earshot. They just don't seem to care, or perhaps they know the arrangement.
Okay. Oh, so I'll nod and be like, oh, I see. Sorry. Yes, I have coin.
Yes, perhaps a contribution to our efforts. And
how much?
well, it's
How much does wine normally cost? Like in my head, Livia would know that, but I don't.
simply a contribution. So entirely up to you. Where's the?
I'll come out with. I will come out with a silver.
No, that's not enough.
What do you mean?
The closer you get, Vice, the more she's like, you can't get. You need to leave. Take that out of here.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay, right.
Vice, go away at the entrance that we came in.
By any chance? Do you have a piece of string? And I can just tie it up outside.
Vice, just wait 1 minute. How much do I normally pay for a pint in Starvin?
For just like
Thereabouts.
one drink, like less than a silver. For like a whole bottle of something, maybe like a silver, depending on how the quality. Like if you're
so
buying
I'll
wine.
fly to her gold and say,
That's
apologies
good.
for
That's
the
good.
confusion. We're new.
Okay,
we'll
so
take the chicken with us.
you slide her the gold, and she looks at it and just goes, "Okay." And then she goes away. She comes back with a water skin, and she plops it on the table. It sloshes slightly, and then she like takes a moment, goes over to one of the bags that seems to be holding like meat cuts, and just like unthreads a bit of it and rips it out. And there's like a as she like pulls a bit of the thread, and comes back over and she puts it down on the table for you. And she's like, "For your chicken."
Thank you. That's so lovely.
You're very kind.
I hope you have a really, really nice day. Sorry, we've been so awkward.
You're very loud. And then she turns from you and goes away.
I'm going to take the water skin.
As you take it, she's like, "Enjoy your water." And then she steps away.
Oh,
What?
parched. Vice, shut up.
I mean, Yes.
I think we're gonna have to go outside because Agatha's not appreciated. Maybe she'll like it. Let's go. So we're gonna go outside.
Okay, so you now have a string, a piece of string that you could use so that Agatha could hang herself. I don't know.
Vice, I would suggest some kind of harness, that goes from her chest, round, sort of like a eight-piece style. The way you'd wrap like a loin, for example. No, just tie it around her neck. Yeah, a loin of meat. As if you were roasting the joint.
Okay.
That kind of wrapping.
Yeah, sure. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I want to attempt to tie this loin wrap.
Are you tying Agatha up, or are you literally trying to tie... You're tying her up like meat?
Okay, so out of game, I was thinking like a dog harness.
Yeah, so that you're not like pulling her by the throat.
But
so that you're not just
I'm
yanking
gonna wrap her up like I'm gonna put her in the oven or something. See what I mean? Like tie her feet up, tie her wings.
Yeah, Vice turns around and her like wings and feet are all tied together in like a central piece. Her head's just going around.
No, stop that!
Started basting the side of it slightly.
So I'll show him what I mean. We put a harness on and we go outside. And I'm going to take a glug of it and then I'm going to pass it to Vice.
Okay, cool.
So with your nat 20 animal handling earlier,
you Agatha,
I was just thinking that
I will take the water skin.
She's like slightly confused and kind of stepping back and forth a little bit whilst you do this, but eventually you're able to tie the string slightly under her wings and kind of wrap around the body, and then once around the like chest, breasts. I don't know how you cut a chicken, and then it goes up to that point.
Oh dear.
Come on, let's drink up. It's been like an hour.
Wait. We're not here to just get drunk, yeah? Like let's
Oh.
we can't
go in with the chicken
No,
though.
but we could use it. We could use it as like, a way to get into conversation. We've got ourselves some alcohol. Not everyone probably has access to it right now.
I mean, it sounds like everyone can get it.
Yeah, it does, but we don't know if they've got it. Let's hold on to it and not get like pissed so soon.
Oh.
Like,
Nice! You're ruining the vibe.
I mean, no, that's fine. Like we can drink, have a little swig here and there, but let's not get rid of it all, just because we might.
I'm not saying down the whole thing. I'm not a maniac.
Like you drunk. All right, do it. Let's
That
do
is
it.
rude.
All right, shh.
What's happening?
So many things. Here you go. Your turn.
Yep, I drank.
So
Astros, Taryn,
you
and
both
Nemea
consume-
get a feeling of dread.
Yeah,
You
both
guys don't know any of this is going on. We're getting drunk. You guys don't.
Bad
know this.
omen fills the air.
the other group is just like, what's the word? Exponentially suffering psychic damage for reasons that they do not understand. They'll be all.
I'm sorry that it took you on such a boring quest to get intel. Like the thing we agreed to do.
So you both
dear.
taste the wine. At a gold for wine and a string, you have purchased some pretty disgusting wine. It's not very nice at all. It's like, bottom of the barrel. It's like you bought Asda's own vodka, for example, something like that. It's not very tasty. It'll probably do the job if you drank the whole thing, but it's not
It's
tasty.
been like 6 months since we've had a drink because we've been in prison and then we've been in the army.
Yeah,
It
I don't
is
think
true.
you guys have
We are
tried
gonna
to
get
drink
pissed
anytime
pretty quick.
recently.
To be honest.
Yeah, and this
Vice.
it tastes strong. You don't know whether or not it is strong, but it tastes strong.
Yeah, it's fine.
Vice,
you need to find someone to talk to so that we can.
Yeah, so I want to can I have a look? Can I look around for a human girl that's
Racist.
brown hair? Please, that's the best description I've got of this person.
Yeah,
We're not
sure.
looking for them, are we? Or are we looking? I'm confused.
We are looking for you. Are we not looking for the Serenity Squad?
I thought we were looking for people to ask about the Serenity Squad.
Yeah, but like, might as well have a look.
You've
around.
like half stopped this guy who's just like in the middle of the this walkway. You kind of like put a hand up to be like, oh, I'm gonna ask you something, and then you guys have started talking again. He's kind of standing there for a moment as you guys are talking back and forth.
Why?
He turns and just carries on walking.
Oh.
You see.
Vice, find someone.
Stop offering our wine out. Oh my gosh.
You said to not drink it all and to share.
I did. I didn't.
Now someone
No,
wants to
okay.
keep it all.
Right, okay. Can I look around for this human brown-haired girl, please?
For who? Sorry.
A human.
He's looking for Raina.
girl.
Oh, you're looking
All he
specifically
knows
for
is
the
that
girl
she's
that
a
you saw.
female
Yeah.
She has long
human
hair.
with brown hair.
Yeah. Okay. Roll investigation.
I am playing
No,
with it.
that's not right.
Really? That's not an investigation roll?
I'm Charlie.
So you look around, you see several female starving military members with longish brown hair.
Gosh, like,
Why don't you just shout Raina and see who turns around?
do you want me to do it? All right, fine. Like, yeah, fine. I'll do it. Like, no, I don't fancy Raina.
Roll persuasion.
Oh God. What are you talking about, Livia?
So pretty much everyone in the surrounding area turns around as you shout this in the middle of the day when everyone's generally going about their business. There's a few of the women.
So successful.
There's a few of the women that kind of like look at you and spend a little bit longer kind of staring at what this spectacle is. I'm gonna roll.
So I'm going to lean in and be like, Vice, what did you expect
none of them
to
really
happen?
approach you.
Did you think Raina was going to be like, oh, you mean you fancy
No,
me?
I thought like.
As opposed to Raina! And I'll be like, yeah.
Raina?
You thought, no, I'm going to announce that I don't fancy her. Because that will definitely make her come forward.
From a distance that sounds like it's like round a few corners, you just hear,
Yeah.
"Get a room!
What did he say?
Get a room!"
Get a room. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Vice, that wasn't your best work. You
No, because like we've had a couple of the drink now, and everything I'm doing is just not. This is not who I am.
Okay, so next plan. Just ask. So look for someone who looks friendly and chatty, and we're gonna ask them about the Serenity group
All right, cool.
and
All right,
offer them some terrible wine.
Who can I look around for someone friendly? Around me, Josh.
Yeah, you can look around for someone friendly
Let's look
in this
for someone-
military
let's look around.
scenario.
Let's look around.
We want to look for someone who looks friendly and chatty.
Friendly
Yeah.
and chatty.
So nobody looks particularly friendly or chatty. You guys have kind of gone over to the mess hall, come out, gone a bit of the way down the way. You're holding a fucking chicken by a string that you're walking, and you've just shouted that you don't fancy Raina. Everyone looked at you. Most people then turned away. Some of the people continued to look at you like you're freaks, and then went back to what they were doing. Some guy shouted something in the distance. I wouldn't say anyone looks friendly. Some people look curious. I don't know if I can sell you on that.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna go up to whoever's closest to me.
Okay, you go up to the closest woman.
Closest person to me, and just say, "Hi."
I'm gonna stay back with Agatha.
No, I mean, just like, excuse me. Hi. I mean, forget anything you saw just there. I'm looking for the Serenity Squad. Do you know who the Serenity Squad are or where they are? Please.
I'm gonna
I need
roll
to
for
speak
this.
to Raina.
Nat 20.
Well, I just spoke to.
This guy turns to you and he's holding a kind of thin, almost katana-like blade, and he's kind of looking at it as you come over to him, and he's trying to sharpen it, but in a very kind of angled, slow way that looks very time-consuming. And you say this to him, and he looks up at you, and he just goes. He's kind of like bearded, like a slightly long black beard. He looks up at you. He just says, "I know, Raina. Why do you ask?"
Oh, I mean, we're just looking for looking to have a drink with them, actually. No.
Roll persuasion.
Don't worry. It's cool. It's gonna turn out okay. It's gonna turn out.
I'm on the sidelines with the Agatha.
It's gonna turn out okay.
Okay.
Is that a 10?
I feel like we're doing a low intelligence run on Fallout 2 where it's just like,
He kind of looks at you, his eyes squint a little bit as he's kind of like, well, that's fucking weird. And then he just says, if you're looking to waste their time, you'll need to take it up with Ashen.
Ooh.
Who's Ashen?
Ashen runs Serenity Squad.
Ah.
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, I'm Vice of the. What we get with the Dawn? What was the name of our group again? It was the. The Dawn. Oh, fucking! I forgot. Like.
I wrote it down.
I genuinely forgot the name of our group. Like.
You sound like a confident guy, Vice. Dawn something squad.
Vice. I didn't tell you my name.
Yeah,
So.
you did.
Oh.
As you say this to him, he's like,
literally said I'm
literally
Vice.
said it seconds ago.
You went, I'm Vice. I'm part of the what squad? What are we called?
He kind of points down to his sword and he's like, listen, this is kind of custom and it takes some time. Why don't you fuck off to the south side where Serenity Squad's stationed and stop wasting my day?
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Sorry.
Oh dear. Thank you
Vice,
very
I think
much.
we should move on.
Yeah, I think you need to put that wine down. You know, I don't think we should.
But you should take another sip first.
I don't want any more.
Go do it. Peer pressure.
Okay.
So we have learned that there's a Rainer and what's the other dude's name that you just said?
Ashen,
And they are south.
south.
You also know that it's going to take you about half an hour, 45 minutes to get back to
Yeah.
the tent. at
And
this
we've been
point.
gone about an hour. So.
We've gone long enough that the journey back will get you there at the meeting point at this time.
Ugh. Vice. We should walk back.
Yes, we should.
We can bring the water skin though, so it's fine.
Yeah, we can do. And make sure I don't speak to anybody else on the way.
You can talk to me if you like.
Oh god.
Come on, Agatha, this way.
She like
Right.
hops and walks.
Please tell me this was in
Agatha
your
just
plan.
looks at me and gives me the eye and just like rolls her eyes. If chickens could do it, she would do it to me.
So it gets to about late-ish midday. The other three of you have been waiting about half an hour longer than you otherwise had planned. When the two of them are close to returning, is there anything you three want to do before they get here?
I imagine just at random points, Taryn would be coming up behind Astros, just like, "Hey, what about that stone? You still want to give me that stone?
Stop asking about the stone, boy.
But it's a really cool stone."
I just look at the floor every time.
What about that box? That box was cool. Cool stuff with the box.
A box?
Yeah.
Wait, oh, that was the stone, wasn't it?
No, the box. I opened the box. You
Did
saw
you
me
show-
open the box.
Did you show the box like with the stone, or did you just give me the stone?
I didn't give you the stone. I took the stone out of the box in front of you, and then it vanished.
Yeah, you reached for what was inside the box, and it
Yeah.
blended into a portion of his hand, about 40% of his hand, maybe a little bit less than that.
I'm just like acting like a child, just asking like what weird magical shit he owns. Just like, you got any weird cool shit that you still have? Like,
don't-
that stone's cool.
My hammer is unenchanted. My armor is unenchanted. Box anymore. The gem that was in it has left me horribly disfigured, and don't ask about the stone.
What do you mean disfigured? We're buddies!
Where the hell are they?
I don't
30
know.
minutes late.
It's either-
Taryn,
Go on.
Hartley, just look around for them. Just
I'm
in case
sure
they found the
they're
wrong
on their way
tent or
back.
something. I'm sure they are, but just have a look around.
I just go slightly up and do like a really half-assed, just like, oh,
These tents all look
No
the
clue?
same. If you don't know where you're going, just I don't know. Just have a look around. Have a look.
Hello?
And leave me alone.
True sergeant. As you guys begin to look around, the other two kind of potter along. You can tell because there's a clucking that heralds their approach.
Do they look visibly like at all drunk?
No, I wouldn't say either of them are drunk in game.
They've been putting from that wine skin.
Yeah, but they only had like one drink each.
Yeah,
And
we've taken like 2 or 3
It's
swigs.
more disgusting than it is
It's been 6
alcoholic.
months, guys, remember?
Yeah, it's true.
We drank.
So you all collectively
Well-
regroup outside your own tent, as kind of planned. You're a little bit late, but yeah, you're there.
So, did you two find anything out?
Oh.
Mountains of information.
So
Just
much.
point
Also,
down at the chicken like, there's a harness.
But, yes.
But first, there's good news.
Yes, I know. I got Agatha a cage.
No, we
It's
found
coming
Adana.
later.
Adana's safe.
What?
There are lots of information about Adana. We found Hiscock, and
Did you say
everything's
Hitchcock?
well. It's cock. Hiscock. Hiscock? What's his name?
His cock. His cock. Yeah, his cock.
What cat? I thought you said Adana. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Stop.
Is it his,
I'm so sorry.
You
is
know,
it his cast?
Hitchcock from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
His cock.
Someone start again. What happened? What are you saying? What?
Does he have a partner called Scully?
explain. Someone explain. What is happening?
I'm in the tent.
You're someone, the mayor. You seem to have the information.
I would have buggered off outside the tent and like stood next to the mayor. So I'm just like, yeah, that was that guy that you asked to find the horse. We found him. Said he found her. Brought her back.
Where is she?
About the time that it took for him to get here was how much he let. Like, what the fucking words that I'm looking for?
I don't know. What are they? Spit them out.
The horses at the stables, apparently.
The stables.
He used the money to keep her stabled for about as much time as he could. You have that spell, right? You can communicate over long distances.
Yeah. Who? Where? When? I have to
Um,
know them. I don't know them. Who?
Astros
Who?
has the name of this dude. Use your spell.
Where
Figure
is
out-
she? What stables? Here in Stalvin?
Stalvin, yeah.
Oh, I can go ring. I can call my dad. He can go get her.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna walk to the side and I'm gonna message my dad. Not
Okay.
text.
Does it look like she's very specifically trying to do this message thing?
Yeah, it's you know spells. She's
I'm doing
clearly...
it out loud, if anything.
I want to stop her quick and just play like, wait.
What,
Astros
what?
says the name of the dude.
Oh yes, that's a good idea. I probably do need the name of the dude.
At this point, because I can sort of, you're standing outside the flap of the tent. I'm waiting in the tent, waiting for
You can hear them.
nearly 35 minutes at this point. I'm just going to take out my light hammer throwing weapon and just chuck it at the flap. Do I need to roll that, or can we just RP it?
Is he
and
launching
say-
his weapon through the flap of the tent? Is that what I heard?
Yes.
Yep.
Are you trying to kill us? I mean, I can understand why a little bit, but still.
Roll to hit, Asteros.
Like, it makes sense, but fuck you.
What? Sorry, what do I roll to hit? Combat's been a while.
Whatever your throwing axe modifier is, or sorry, throwing hammer.
Okay, cool.
It should be on your character sheet in the center below
Yep.
your health.
Got
I
it.
also decapitated a triceratops. I'm very sorry.
21. Oh, my best roll ever. Just for
Taryn.
this.
Roll a deck save. You're the closest one to the tent.
Why the fuck did they go and beat me? Shit.
I wasn't targeting you. I couldn't see anyone on the other side. I could hear Livia, but I couldn't see anyone.
Oh, this is not going to end well. Nope.
Okay, no, that's fine. You didn't need to beat his to hit. You just needed to
thank
be
God.
quick enough. So a hammer flies through the flap of the tent, knocking it asunder, giving you a kind of view of the collective that is sort of Taryn, then Vice and Livia, and then the mayor on the other side. There's a hen in the middle there somewhere.
Oh my god.
And the hammer swings. All of you see this except Taryn. Swings through the air behind Taryn and slams into the ground a little of the way behind him, and you feel like the message is, "What the fuck are you doing?"
So it didn't hit Agatha.
It landed about 5 feet away from your collective gathering here.
I want to go and I want to.
I'm gonna be like, Sergeant! You nearly killed Agatha!
You're 40 minutes late!
You're 40 minutes late!
Get in here, bring my hammer, bring the hen!
No! I'm gonna pick up Agatha and I'm gonna go in the tent. I'm not picking up his hammer.
Taryn already went and picked up the hammer.
Okay. Petulant child.
Okay. So is everyone in the tent now?
Everyone slowly makes their way.
What I'll do is I'll plop myself on a bed nearby Asteros, but I'll be like leaning on the handle of the hammer, just like this. Just like...
Yeah, that's not sexual.
Nothing sexual.
So everyone's gathered round on their respective tents. Agatha's sort of in the middle. Taryn's throwing you eyes. You're not really sure what the message is here.
You two churlish idiots are 40 minutes late. That's 40 minutes of time we could have spent planning. Where have you been?
We were investigating.
We were finding out things.
We found out so many things.
Well, it best be good, because we've been waiting here. We could have been spending this time investigating.
Well, you know, it's quite difficult to navigate this camp sometimes, and we followed instructions to try and find more information, and it ended up taking us further than we intended. It's 40 minutes. It's not the end of the world.
Yes, it's extremely difficult navigating a flat, open space, which is pointing directly to the polar north. Now, come, tell me, what did you find?
Everything's pointing to the polar north.
I was just thinking that.
Also, we had Agatha to contend with because you guys didn't take her, and we made her fashion a harness. I also bought her a cage, which you told me I had to do. So,
She says this, but she does not have a cage.
You haven't got the.
I said I bought a cage. I didn't say I brought.
Yeah, where is this? Where is this cage?
It's being delivered later.
All I see is some bizarre chicken noose that you fashioned.
It is a harness.
That's
the point. I haven't checked that we're going through the right inputs. Please say they're correct.
So I mean, if we sway away from the chicken, okay.
So what we actually found out, Vice will tell you.
We found out that the squad leader is Ashton.
Roll history, Asteros.
Roll history, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, bitch. I've had at least 4 sips by now, and it's been 6 months.
You're not familiar with him.
You've had 4 swigs.
Sure, whatever.
Okay. All right. Ashen, squad leader. What else?
Squad leader. We also know that a member of their team is named, excuse me, Raina.
At this point, I'm going to take a discreet sip and say, and we are sure that Vice does not fancy her.
Yeah, we are. I am certain. No matter what you hear throughout the camp, I do not fancy Raina.
There's still doubt.
Just the fact that he's saying it in any way is kind of casting doubt.
I mean, I'm just saying because I don't know what she looks like.
No, that's not true. We know she has brown long hair.
We know that she's like a human and got long hair.
And she likes a drink.
And she likes to drink.
What's that word?
Sounds like your kind of woman.
That does not. That is not enough for me to gauge an opinion on.
I like this. That is not enough.
It's not. That is not enough. Moving on. We also know that they're stationed southeastern from here, or southeast, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
From here is southwest.
Whatever that.
Okay. So southeastern from where we were. And now southwestern from where we
travelled east.
Just south.
So, and we also don't worry.
Can I have some of that water, please, Olivia?
Yes, it is warm in here. Here you go.
Thank you. Can I have some? Thank you.
I could use a drink.
Oh, I think that was the last of it, wasn't it, Vice?
Yeah, that's all of it as I flush it around my back.
Oh, Vice, could you take Agatha outside? I think it's a bit warm in here.
No, you'll stay exactly where you are. Can I just move a bit closer to smell them?
Yeah, sure. Roll.
Why would you walk up to someone and smell
Insight.
I mean,
You're acting suspiciously. You
Sergeant, you're invading my personal space. I'm just
Nonsense,
saying.
Kavanaugh. There's no social distancing within our squad.
I mean, I really hope there is.
What do I roll to sniff?
Insight.
Insight.
What do I roll to sniff?
Roll to sniff.
Oh, good.
Do you have proficiency with sniffing though?
I do.
Oh, hell yeah.
Come on. Crap
Smell
roll.
fine.
I got an 8.
Yeah,
I
it does
think
smell nothing.
You feel like for a moment that you smell something vinegary, and you recognize that smell to be of a kind of low, like low quality alcohol smell. But as you begin to travel down that path of thought, you realize that you smell Agatha. She is all over them. She fucking reeks. And it's more just like an acridness that you picked up on to start with.
Yeah.
Oh. Perhaps you should have a shower before this night's over.
I'm gonna hug Agatha.
Yeah, you could be right there. So
Okay.
Hit
So-
Vice, your turn to hold her.
So,
Like,
Ashen, squad leader, Raina, the human with long brown hair. They live in the south. This took
Yes.
you 2.5 hours. What else did you learn?
Well, there was this interesting word that they used to describe Raina.
Okay.
I have no clue what it means.
What was the word?
I feel like they implied she was drunk. She was a drunk.
She was a drunk.
She's something about she likes to drink and made like like she's feisty. That kind of vibe. What was the word, Vice? What did they say? told you to write down.
Impetuous.
Impetuous. What does that mean?
Impetuous. Hasty.
Hasty?
Yes.
Yes.
Hasty.
She behaves quickly, rashly, and without thought.
Oh, okay. Well, she's that apparently.
Okay.
Also, I got the vibe that, I don't know, no one wants to get involved in their business. That's the vibe I got.
Secretive?
Well, maybe. So we spoke to, the guy that is like best friendos, sold us Agatha, chummies.
Carissa.
Well, we were speaking to him. He didn't really know much, but he said his wife knew her. And she was like, oh, I don't talk about my customers. It's none of my business what they get up to, la, la, la. But then told us, like she was brown hair and she was sort of off the way. We went to go do some more digging, but, people aren't very chatty around this place. I don't know if you found that out.
It was mostly Izzy that told you
gossip.
stuff. Kristen didn't necessarily give you all the information, but Izzy did.
That's what I said. I
Yeah,
said his wife
sorry.
told us. Or his wife
good.
person told us. So we did get people don't seem overly friendly or forthcoming with information. But Vice came up with this fantastic plan where he's gonna go invisible. So we thought that in some fashion, Sergeant, you could come up with the details because you're more expert than us. But we could approach them and question them in some way or something, and then Vice could stay around invisible and see what they say. And hear them red-handed or whatever the expression is.
I like that.
Very good.
What did you find out?
Well, first of all, we were on time. Secondly, yes,
Didn't
that
have
is
a
the
chicken
most.
to wrangle the whole way across the town, though.
Secondly, we come bearing you.
Twice.
Yeah. Yes.
I thought you didn't you pour it all over yourself.
Oh,
missed
you
that.
did.
I'm just gonna elbow you and be like, "Give me the drink."
He get a drink off the back of his
I
neck.
was throwing an egg. I was throwing the fried egg. What you did? Sorry.
So
Carry on.
three pieces of information. Firstly, there was an intentional sabotage to a car that was traveling alongside Serenity Squad. One of the pins was removed, which caused the wheel to come off and the car broke down. Secondly, we know that the squad leader, Ashen, as you've now named him, is relatively new. He's replaced their old squad leader. They came back from a mission, and he's their new commanding officer. We know him to be human, middle-aged.
Is he like their sergeant, like you?
He's their sergeant, commanding
Right.
officer. And thirdly, and this concerns you, Lightwood, Private Hiscas returned from Starvan with word of your horse, Dana. She is safe. She is under the care of a Perry Igglesmith, a gnomish fellow. We have the writ. Here is the scroll. and you may arrange for her
Harry
retrieval.
Egglesmith.
Egglesmith.
Oh,
Eagle.
I'm just hearing
Aye.
eggs. is he at the stables?
Yes. And I'm gonna hand Livia the scroll
He's
that
at the
his
coop.
guest.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh
Consider
my
my
god.
involvement in this matter done. Now we have arranged for the return of your.
Oh, can
Whatever
I
you
message
do,
my father and tell him to go
Stop
and
scrambling the information.
collect her?
You may.
Yeah.
You may.
What do you say, Olivia? Because you get 25 words. So
It's like a tweet.
Dad! Is how I
One.
start. Can I write it so I can count?
no, just say it. It's more fun if you're not like planning it to
Okay.
such a degree. Also, you've just started it, so it's too late now.
Okay. Dad!
said that
Someone
twice.
saved a Dana for me. She's at the stables with Perry Igglesmith. Please get her for me. I'll pay you back.
Okay, so it stops off at all, and after a moment, you hear, "Oh, hello, honey. Are you okay? I'm not
I'll have to reply to
I'm not too familiar with this spell, but certainly I'll go get your horse. Not a
Not a problem. It's gonna go. Oh, I'm
Not a
gonna
problem.
the crowd.
Is that not a problem?
Vice is the one near me, so I'm gonna hug him and I'm gonna go back. She's
that wasn't exactly 25. Assume that there was more muttering in
okay.
between.
What did your dad say?
He's
Turns
gonna
out,
go get her and keep her and look after her, and he loves me.
turns out it's like, not a fucking chance you ain't paying me back.
Well, he didn't hear. I'll pay you back. To be
No,
fair.
he had I'll.
Yeah.
We're basing all of this off of his gas. I mean, he just could be one corrupt bastard who pocketed the money, made up the
100%.
story.
No, because
I
I
hear he
will
breaks
find him
carts.
and murder him.
Yeah, we have no way of verifying this.
Turns out he's the leader of the Serenity
Vice,
Squad.
this means that we can get another cart, and then we'll have Agatha,
Oh
and
my
our
God.
dreams will all come true.
Guys, Nomias is gonna come back. Oh,
Can we
Can't
have
wait.
Fridex in the morning? I'm so excited.
Speaking
Yes.
of the cart, we should get back to the mission at hand. We now know 4 things. We know that their squad leader is new, we know his name, we know the details of one member of their party, and we know they sabotaged a cart. I actually agree with your...
Do we know they sabotaged the cart?
Well, the car broke when they were traveling with it. There's been a number of other sabotages in the camp that have been related to them or near them in their area of the camp.
But do we have evidence that it's definitely them?
Either
Could someone
they're
be setting them up?
responsible, or they're just very bad at their job.
We know that the car was sabotaged, and we know it didn't happen by accident. And
But could someone be setting them up? I'm just playing. What's the expression? Devil's
Devil's advocate.
advocate.
Abaddon's advocate.
This
Abaddon's
is a new
advocate.
thing of Livia's apparently saying
Hey.
phrases wrong. I like it. It's fun.
Be that as it may, here's what I suggest. There's 6 of us. We will go and introduce ourselves, ingratiate ourselves to the Serenity Squad. And we are each going to discuss something with a member of their party. Vice, I will need you to turn invisible.
I like how you included Agatha when you said there's 6 of us.
Agatha might play a role in this plan.
You love her.
She's so important, and
Oh,
she has so much
You're
limelight.
involved.
She's currently trying to eat
yeah.
the wall of the tent that you guys
Have
have.
we had
Vice, chuck us some seed. We've not.
We
fed
need
her
to get her like a little armor or something, innit?
Oh, and we should get
we
her a
definitely
bowl.
need to get her. Yeah, we need to get her a
a
little.
dish.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, carry on.
Well,
I love how he was like, I don't want a pet, and he's like, we gotta get her armor.
Yeah.
Raina, being drunk, impetuous female, I am going to suggest potentially we challenge her to some kind of drinking contest. And
I am good at those.
Livia, as our drunk, impetuous female, you will be running that.
I'm not a drunk, impetuous.
You are exactly a drunk, impetuous
She is
with long brown hair.
I'm gonna look at Vice like I'm
drunk.
wounded.
Sorry, just out of game. Is your plan to like convince Raina of anything to put up your version of Raina and just like push them near each other? This one's impetuous and has long brown hair.
Yes. I want you to attempt to befriend her because you are her.
Sergeant, no offense, but what's with the offense? Why am I drunk and impetuous? I've been nothing but stand up and reliable and cumbersome. I don't know what that means.
That's not a good one.
And brave since you met me. Why
Livia?
with the insults? Yeah.
Livia?
Yeah.
Give Agatha to Vice.
He's already got Vice.
No.
Right, I want to sniff Livia. I only sniffed Vice before. I want to sniff Livia.
Okay, insight.
You sniffed us! I've just hugged her, by the way.
I only sniffed Vice.
Yeah, I would say with disadvantage. Because she did make a point of saying that she's been hugging Agatha.
Okay. 23 and 15.
Okay. You feel like the smell of Agatha is perhaps not all you're smelling, but you can't place the other smell.
It's them pickled eggs.
I don't feel like you can go from that to calling me a drunk when you've never seen me drunk. And you think you might smell a whiff of something, but you're not sure what.
Hey, this is only his first time
That is
smelling you. Give him
insulting.
time.
I didn't say it was just based off smell.
So, Sergeant, why are you calling me a drunk exactly?
Because you're shouting and half of the Southern military can hear you, probably.
I am very excited. I just got Agatha. We've been looking for a hen for at least a week.
And found out about Adana.
And Adana! I forgot about her. She's safe and with my dad. Well, will be. He's going to go get her now.
She's
Then
not drunk.
I'll
She
take her
seems high.
back.
Taran?
I find it offensive, and I feel like you
Yeah.
should deal with Raina.
Duly
Seeing as
noted.
she's so
No,
impetuous.
I will be dealing with Ashen.
Oh, will you now?
Yes, Taran, you and the mayor are going to go and
Bring
find
it
out if they
out,
have any magical wielders in their rank.
Yeah, we will.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Excellent. And Agatha?
Why? Why are you in the dresses?
When are you getting the cage?
She turns around. Actually, Asteros, give me an animal handling check. I want to see if she recognizes her name.
Animal hand.
Also, as Ulrich pointed out, it's worth mentioning that as you give these orders to
Nat 20.
Just saying, Agatha has caused 2 nat 20s tonight.
Blessing
It's
of
so
Agatha.
worth.
Oh my
as you address
Agatha's
Taran
blessing.
and Nemea, you see once again that Taran is leaning on your hammer before shouting out to Agatha. And in true fashion, as you sort of look over your shoulder and shout Agatha sort of stops picking at the side of the tent and like perks up and looks over at you.
Do I see this?
Yeah, she fully seems to recognize her name at this point.
She recognises her name.
I know, she's immensely
She'll be able to
qualified
roll
for this
over and play dead by next week.
She won't have to
She
play
won't
it.
play. Yeah, she won't need to play it.
Did he say? Is that in game?
No.
I'm gonna reach into Vice's pockets and steal some seed and throw it at his face.
What?
Go over here, he
my
dies.
days, what
He's
are you
blind.
doing?
Yeah.
She won't lay eggs if you do that.
No, what happens now is she runs over to where the seeds are falling on the floor and starts pecking around his feet.
Sorry, Asteros, carry on.
Okay.
What
So-
were Agatha's orders?
Pocket sand.
Okay.
Yes,
so
Sergeant.
Anyone heard of pocket sound?
Yeah, of course.
Parvis will take Agatha. Parvis will ask them if they need
What?
any eggs.
No, what if he kills her? He can't be
He won't
trusted.
kill her.
He might. If you
Lightwood?
kill her, I swear to God.
Lightwood,
Yes.
Raina,
Stop.
drinking contest. Vice, invisibility,
Why can't I take Agatha?
eavesdropping.
She
The
loves
mayor,
alcohol.
I'm
magic.
Sergeant.
Parvis, take the chicken, go with the mayor, ask them about magic, but then also ask them if they need
Experience
any
does
eggs.
Parvis have with chickens? He doesn't know how to
Sergeant.
look after a chicken.
Sergeant.
Yes,
Let her
I
take
mean-
the chicken.
I mean, something.
can't-
Something tells me that death follows, like Taran, in some way or another. For sure.
Oh my
Like,
God, yes, he's not touching the
I don't
chicken.
know. I mean, I don't know if this is the right
I
thing.
think the mayor would be much better placed with Agatha if it's to not be with me. She has
man.
a motherly tenderness to her that I trust. No
thank
offense,
you.
Parvis.
Sorry,
Tender?
sorry.
Quite
sorry.
an adequate person, but I do
Sorry.
feel that the mayor
You
would
like
be
to get into fights all the time.
nicer. Yes.
Alternatively, you could take
Nemea knows how to
Agatha.
keep a safe distance from danger, and I feel that's appropriate for Agatha.
You could take Agatha with you to Reyna and barter the chicken in the drinking contest. Offer her
I'm
up
not
as the
bartering
prize.
my chicken.
Offer up as a prize. If she wins Agatha.
No.
If
What
she
if
loses,
wins?
then she
Wait.
wins Agatha.
Well,
No.
what's
Nemea.
happening right now?
I'm going to give Agatha to Nemea.
What's happening
Okay.
right now?
He's trying to make me bargain.
You guys
with
are
Agatha.
discussing a plan. The mayor, you have a
Which one?
chicken. It seems relatively comfortable amidst the group at this point, though it does have a trailing thread from its like bodice trailing off towards Livia.
I want to like remove one hand from the hammer, and I just want to sort of like poke at its beak.
Hey! See, this is why he can't have the chicken. Look, he's trying to hurt her.
Should I
Very
show
well.
off? I think.
So just trying to bring everything back down to earth. Chicken aside,
Hey,
what is the plan, Sergeant? What is the plan?
So the plan is we're going to go and introduce ourselves. We're a squad. I am a commanding officer. He is a commanding officer. We will have a natural kinship about him. I will understand that he is new and therefore won't say that I know every sergeant in the camp except him, and that's a valid reason for us approaching them. As one squad to another, we will naturally just start talking. I need Lightwood to engage with Reyna. I need Parvis to engage with their mage if they have one. Hartley will engage with whoever is in charge of their food supply, their version of you, Kavanagh. And Kavanagh, you will be invisible, and you will be listening into any other conversations that may be happening in the area. Through this, hopefully, we'll gain some intel with it through social conditioning, or we'll just gain it passively. Either way, we should come away with something. And hopefully, once we leave, we'll know whether or not there are men or not.
I
What
look
do you
up
think?
as well, and I'm just like, also, we want to be wary of time, because knowing spells, I'm imagining your invisibility won't last too long.
well, I imagine Vice will cast it not long before we approach them, right? So you get maximum coverage.
Yeah.
What's the duration on invisibility?
1 hour.
Yeah.
We
Oh, an
only
hour's.
have- So
An hour's good.
okay.
Yes. So, any objections? Any suggestions?
Can
Um,
I
can I-
challenge them to combat?
Yes.
I
Can
smile
I-
very content.
Friendly
Quick question,
sparring.
Sergeant. How do you, like, through all of this, how do you expect for us to find out if they are the culprits? What,
Well, I'm assuming that Reyna being loose-lipped might let something slip.
okay. And the
Ashin, I'm
others?
hoping to catch in a lie.
And as
Vice-
close as we can be if they start getting suspicious about us, Vice will hear that.
Mm-hmm. Kavanagh, I'm hoping we'll just pick something up, and the other two, we're just about them.
Sure. Would you like me to, Sergeant, would you like me to hold back and wait for you to, like, drive a conversation before I come in invisible, or would you like me to just come in with you?
I actually want you to follow us in by about 5 minutes so that you can loiter once we've left. No doubt they'll have a conversation as per your original plan, and you'll be able to pick up on that too.
Okay.
Does
Sounds
anybody with a memory remember what you guys called yourselves?
I
Wardens of
said
Dust.
Wardens of
All right,
Dawn.
there you go.
Wardens of Dusk.
I thought it was
Dusk,
Wardens
sorry.
of Dusk because
Yeah,
wasn't-
Wardens of
as in-
Dusk.
because you said we should be Dusk Wardens, and we were like, no, Wardens of Dusk.
I'm gonna write
Yeah.
it down on my thing right here. It
I
will
put
be-
that and then you
100%
ignored it
on
and said
my
it was
thing,
something
right?
squad.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought it was
Wardens of
something
Dust.
squad.
Yeah,
It's
that's right.
literally on my character sheet in Allies and Organizations because I forget it's there.
Yeah, me too. I wrote it on my character sheet so I wouldn't forget.
But yeah, as like this sort of finishes off, I'm just like, yeah, sounds good, and I flick up the hammer and I just sort of chuck it over towards Asteros.
Ooh, roll to hit.
What's this hammer thing? I don't understand. Where'd the hammer come from?
I don't
I
know.
threw-
Maybe they
I-
watched Thor.
I've got a throwing hammer in addition to my big hammer, and I threw it at the tent to get everyone's attention because they were late.
Oh,
Taryn picked it up
What-
outside.
Yeah.
What would roll to hit be?
Are you proficient in warhammers or throwing hammers? Hammers?
No, not
No?
even
So
slightly.
plus 20, D20, sorry, plus Dex because you're throwing it.
Can
Plus
I
20 would be
can I
fucking
attempt to whisper
insane.
to Bice?
Hmm.
Can you what? Sorry, Olivia.
Whisper to Bice.
Yeah, you can attempt to. Astros,
I'll
give me a
wait,
Dex
I'll
save,
wait.
please.
He looks
Dex.
all suspicious.
Dex save.
That's just a flat 20 then if I don't have any modifiers or
I'm
anything.
gonna
If you have
nat
no
one and I
modifier,
just
just a
like
D20.
smacked our commander in the face.
You take
Nat
a
one.
you take What's the damage on your throwing hammer, Astros?
D4.
Is the plus just your dex?
It's D4 plus dex, but I have no dex, so it's just D4.
Okay, so Taran, give me a D4 plus dex.
I am so sorry.
I threw it at you first.
So, Astros, you suffer 2 bludgeoning damage as Taran lobs your hammer to you haphazardly, slamming into the same place that you slammed into the barrel earlier in the day. But still, mostly cushioned by the armor you're wearing and the fact that it wasn't a sort of pointed blow. You could see that he was attempting to pass it to you, but maybe underestimated its weight, and you were intending to catch it, but maybe underestimated how heftily it was coming at you.
Perverse!
I imagine I'll just sort of shoot a look of just like...
Taran!
We didn't do that very well, did we?
Yeah, it's been a long day. Do we have enough time left in the day to actually execute this plan?
Yeah, it's only about midday. You guys have been talking for about half an hour.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't want to put a specific time on it, but it's pretty much still midday. Additionally, a couple things happen.
Oh, it's lunchtime!
Which was a very good point from Vice there. As you guys are mentioning squads and everything like that, and the thought of your squad name comes by, you do notice that Vice is slightly quiet for the moment. Livia, if you want to try and whisper to Vice, feel free.
No, I'll talk to him when we're outside.
Okay. Cool. So, do you guys want to eat first, or you just want to head out? You're not going to suffer anything by not eating lunch now.
Vice, do you feed Agatha?
Mate, I've got so much food. You have no
You have
idea.
food, you have rations, you don't
All
have to
this
make a
time.
meal. You could hit the mess hall. It's kind of on your way if you're heading south. You could go through the center.
Yes, can we do that? And I can hide Agatha under my cloak.
That will work, but you could try.
Oh, bear this in mind that I have been carrying apparently 10 pieces of chicken or 10 servings of chicken.
That's fine. That's like a breast.
And I've also carried one whole goat on my body.
That goat has been cut down. Also, do you have dates on any of the things that you have? Because aren't they all recent stuff?
You gave me a date. Zen.
It was when we arrived here.
4:35 was when we bought.
Say that again?
Zen 30.
That was yesterday. And what was the other one, sorry?
4:35.
That's the year. Yeah, that was yesterday. You're fine.
So I got all this. How long would it last?
You have a thing
Don't
with
you
your
have a
cooking
thing?
profession.
Yeah, no, that's if I prepare the meat. If I
So you would have to.
You can cure it,
you can do the preservation inherent chef ability. It takes, I believe, an hour. Does it? Having spent time preparing for you, learn how to cure meats. You may now spend time preserving meats, spending their shelf life from 1 week to 1 month. So,
well, can I do that with the chicken? And,
you can do it with all of it. It's a short rest thing, and I'm happy for you to sort of. You're essentially salting the meat and like drying it out in an attempt to make it last. You're sort of half cooking some of it with the intention of making. You're almost kind of jerkying it. With the intention of making it last a month rather than going off within a week. It's a short rest thing, and I'm happy for you to just hit all of your stuff with it in a short rest. Obviously, you're not short resting right now, but if you guys wanted to short rest, we could assume you ate in that time, and you could do that to all of your food in that time if you want to do that as well. It's up to you guys as a group.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to I'm definitely going to rest, and I want a minute alone.
As everyone's resting as well, I would just sort of be very clearly uppity. I'm not resting myself because I just want to go and I want to fight.
Okay, cool. So you guys have a full hour. I don't want to add too much time to it. We're not going to roll initiative for like downtime stuff or anything like that, but assume that if you want to roll hit dice, if you need to roll hit dice for any reason, you can. If you have anything that comes back on a short rest, it comes back. And if anybody wants to do anything specific outside of Vice, who seems to be poring over the various ingredients he has in his backpack and then like wrapping it back up again. He also has to sort of distribute some of it amidst the group because he has way too much food for just one person to carry when he's essentially feeding the whole group.
Nemea's brushing Agatha to keep her fluffy.
Okay, give me animal handling, Nemea.
Uh,
Anybody doing anything else specific, or are we good?
No.
I'm good.
I'm just sticking about with my quarterstaff, just getting pumped.
Okay. So
4.
on the animal handling.
Oh.
So as you brush Agatha, you start to get the feeling that she doesn't really like it. It's like stroking a cat the wrong way. You're starting to get her back up a little bit. She's looking a little bit pissed. She starts to kind of...
Yeah, to be fair, she doesn't have fur, she has feathers.
I don't think chickens are meant to be like brushed.
Yeah, no, they don't seem to. They don't, well, this one specifically doesn't seem to like it. As you do it
I'm
for
not
kind of.
human.
Yeah, so she starts to get a bit uppity and kind of scratch you a little bit, and eventually you stop doing it, and she like hops down from you and like walks the extent of her leash and chills out a little bit.
I forgot about the leash.
God, this is
I forgot about the leash. Oh my God, how long's the
The
leash?
vision in my head of us.
It's about 2 meters.
I think if anyone saw the way that we treated her right now, they'll think animal cruelty.
The RSPCA has not yet been
She's-
formed.
She's free range. She's not in a cage. She's her own independent chicken.
Not yet. The cage comes later.
Yeah.
until I accidentally
He made
Eldritch
me!
Blast her with a nat 1. That's definitely
What?
happening.
That is
Huh?
not happening. We will fall out.
Did you say Eldritch Blaster?
Yeah,
I just threatened to kill my
in combat,
chicken.
Oh my
because
Lord,
then
can
the
you
next time I
imagine?
roll a nat 1, I'm still
Yeah.
holding the chicken. I do a nat 1, and he's like, "Oh, you accidentally
okay.
hit the chicken."
Mm.
The chicken
Don't
is
give
down.
Josh
The
ideas.
chicken explodes. So you guys are good. It's kind of early mid afternoon at this point, and you begin to make your way south. From your position, it takes about an hour to get closer to the southern section of this military encampment. Walking at a relatively brisk pace, you pass a number of people on the way. You go the route that the three of you went originally, a different route to Livia and Vice. You happen past Durjek, and you see that he has essentially moved everything that he was moving earlier. And he lays down some weapons in a box, catches your gaze, Asteros, as you walk past, and kind of throws you a head nod, and then moves off in a different direction. You guys take a turning point at this point and head further. Oh, sorry, you're not going to the mess hall anymore because you already ate. So you carry on through, and you find yourselves in the kind of southeast side of this encampment. What do you want to do? I'm
gonna walk with Vice
that's
and
awful.
say to him quietly, Vice, I don't think this is a great time for me to start a drinking competition with someone.
Yeah, I mean,
Just have my back.
Yeah, but I can't jump in the middle of your
just-
competition.
One invisible.
Have my back.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Okay.
So I don't.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, sure. I mean, I'll try and have your back. I'll try and have your back. I mean, I just don't know.
None
Like,
of us know what this means.
What exactly do you mean?
I mean, you want me to have your back, but I don't exactly. I mean, I kind of know what you mean, but I don't know.
What do you think I mean?
Like, take drink from you in some way or another? Is
Oh, okay. Oh, if you could. Oh no, wait. I don't know how we're gonna do that. Maybe you could. No,
I mean,
I was gonna say maybe you could swap it with water.
I mean,
but
I don't know. I mean, well, let's think about it as time.
maybe you could like create a noise or something and distract her.
You don't think that you can keep drinking? Come on, Livia. I've seen you
Keep
drink.
drinking.
I think
I think drinking is unwise in this situation.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of. I mean, that's what like.
That's why I should drink water.
That's what he wants you to do. Like, don't worry. I mean, I'll figure something out. I mean, I'm great at improvising.
Okay, we'll leave it there.
I mean, no, I'm not. I'm fucking not. This is gonna get so messy.
You know, or I had a flashback of, I don't fancy Raina. Okay.
It's gonna get so messy.
So collectively, you guys have made your way through the shorter axes of the encampment. You find yourself deep into the south section. Stop making an egg, Max.
Egg.
The adventures.
You, having walked for quite some time now, you believe that if you were going to be in the rough area of where this squad is, that you would essentially be there. However, simply going in that direction doesn't necessarily mean you immediately find them. Is there anything any of you specifically want to do?
Vice, how long did you say your spell lasts?
1 hour.
Okay, so we need to be pretty sure we are walking up to them before you go off. And...
That's what I mean. So I think I need to hang back for a bit. Just kind of can you guys kind of throw a signal or something at me to let me know that you're with them?
I can shout. It's feeding time for Agatha.
Sergeant?
It's a fine idea, yes. Loudly announce in a drunkenly impetuous kind of way that it's feeding time for Agatha.
I don't like what you're suggesting.
Okay.
Vice, it is absolutely critical that you have enough time left. You'll have some time to get some information and extract yourself without being caught.
Extract yourself.
This whole episode is just full of it. Just full of it tonight. Okay.
This is why we're going to have to kill it.
Yeah. So,
yeah, sure.
Cool.
Fuck you.
We obviously can't keep track of the spell's duration, so perhaps you could give us a signal. Make some kind of noise.
Wave your hand.
I mean, but if I'm invisible, I mean...
No, why don't you come...
I mean, I could...
Like, why don't you come, like...
Tap Livia on the shoulder or something. And
tap me on the shoulder.
she can tell us to go. And...
Tap me 3 times on the shoulder, and I will announce that it's bath time for Agatha.
Or...
Okay.
Yes.
Or that it's time to leave.
Yes. We have to go on a mission.
Second, it's bath time. We must leave.
That's fine.
Yes.
That's fine.
Parvis, specific instructions for you as well. Do feel free to, if you find a mage, ask them about magic. If you find someone who looks like a warrior, challenge them to a sparring duel. But be sure to ask questions as you go. You know, we're there to get information. Don't just beat them with your stick and then walk away.
I'm not too good at the interrogating part, but I'll try.
Just ask questions. Anything they can give us could be useful. And Nemea, you're on your own with the hen. I have no idea what to suggest to you.
Okay.
Oh, Nemea, don't look her in the eyes too long. She doesn't like that.
What?
Not unless you want to, you know.
Where do I look?
As you,
I'm gonna walk off.
As you look back at Agatha, slightly confused by this instruction, you recognise that she was already fully staring you down.
I'm gonna look at Vice and wink and elbow him to see if he heard what I told Nemea.
Is there a sack or a bag near me?
Yeah, there's like sacks of stuff nearby.
Give her sacks.
Yes,
Can
Nemea,
I put
there
her
are.
in a sack?
None of them seem to be particularly empty.
Do I see this?
Oh, they're all full. Okay.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
full.
full. You could empty one out. It seems like somebody's bagged pieces of armor and stuff like that. There's some rations in a bag. There's parts of a tent that are in a sack. If you could empty one of them out if you want to.
You've left the tent. Put your
No,
damn hand
that's
down.
okay. I'll anxiously
I
hold.
trusted her.
Let us speak. Nemea.
I'll just anxiously hold her.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll animal handling.
No.
Perfect.
Oh yeah.
I know reason why I was 20 minutes.
Fucking claws.
You know when somebody walks a dog and the dog is so big that it's basically walking them? Despite the size of this relatively small chicken, it's essentially walking you as it like pulls in the opposite direction and you're sort of just like, nope, come on. And like, you're being like led astray from where the group had initially intended to go. So.
I would attempt to hang back just to stick by her.
I'm going to watch her kind of going off the opposite direction. Heartily this way, come back!
Olivia,
Yeah?
the chicken.
Just whistle! Just whistle! Whistle! And call her name. She likes it. I didn't say coo at her.
She does not seem to respond to the whistling in any fashion.
Look, Olivia, I never
Whistle,
learned
honey.
how to whistle.
You know- Oh,
I never
God.
learned how to whistle.
Like this.
I can't whistle either. You make this noise, Nemea, but unfortunately she seems to be very slowly dragging you away from the group. Asteros,
Yep.
Can I call Agatha?
you're all...
Heartily, people are staring. Just pick up the chicken.
Livia, as you call Agatha, she stops
Agatha.
pulling Nemea and like props up at the sound of her name. You're able to collect her, Nemea, albeit haphazardly, and return Ish to the group. You're all collectively in the right sort of area to find Serenity Squad, but none of you have actually found them.
Tried. Could I pull the first person I see?
Yeah.
And just say, do you mind? But we are looking for the Serenity Squads for our sergeant. Would you be able to point me in the right direction?
There's a few squads that are not really on any orders at the moment. They're over there. There's like a collection, a larger, what do you call it? Like, is gondola the right word? Like, pagoda? It's a big open tent. I don't know.
Oh.
They're fucking around, not doing anything. Some of them attended to carts and stuff. I think some of the squads down there, they've not been given new orders in a short while. I think Serenity's in there.
Okay.
Do you know anyone by the name of Raina?
Aye. Jeez.
Do you...
Part of the squad you're asking after.
Oh, okay, just checking. Thank you. And then I'll point in that direction and tell Astros.
Okay.
Excellent.
And he like walks away.
Let's make haste towards that big tent then. They're bound to be in there.
Okay, so you guys collectively spend some time moving in that general direction. You can see the tips of this larger kind of holding space. And as you get over there, you see a number of different people. Male, female, a few different races in there. All generally milling around. It doesn't seem like any of these guys are particularly working on anything specific outside of keeping some things in good nick and generally, like mild mechanic work to the best of that degree, fixing up carts and the like. Somebody seems to be bending some metal pieces on a forge. There's a light clang to make what seems to be the metal parts that go around barrels. It's not complex work, if a little loud.
Okay.
Can I look
Vice is
around to
holding
try
back a
and
little bit.
identify Raina and I can't remember what his name is. Arton?
Ashen.
Ashen.
So you can see,
given the descriptions we've had.
you don't have great descriptions. You can
No,
see
yeah.
men, you can see women with longish hair. Some of them are buzz cut-y, like on the sides, kind of poofy on top, buzz cut-y on the sides. Some have longish hair, some have ponytails. It's a mixture. They're not all human. Some are half-elf. There's the occasional dwarf.
Can we find this?
Sergeant, I think it might be easiest if you just ask for to point you in the direction of the sergeant.
Can we just do
Whatever his name is.
a quick sweep around for squads that have humans with long brown hair and we're under a male commanding officer who has? Did you get a description for Ashen?
I don't believe so. It's
No,
difficult to
Human
see...
middle-aged.
Yeah,
we had
it's
middle-aged.
difficult to see who works for who in a essential holding area where nobody seems to be doing much work. You do see two women, specifically, that match the description of long brown hair. One of them has it unkempt open, and the other one has it tied up high in a sort of ponytail-ish. Like a kind of bent-over ponytail, so that it's...
Seeing that everyone's just sort of looking around a bit confused at this, I just sort of jump a bit forward. I'm just like, hey, one of you lot, you Ashen or Raina?
Okay. Roll persuasion for me.
I feel like everyone's feeling a bit chaotic.
Is Vice in the tent?
Vice is in the tent. He's just a little bit
A bit further back.
further back from the rest of the group.
Surprisingly, I have decent charisma, so I've never used it, but
Okay, so you hear from over in the corner just somebody like step forwards, get up from a chair or like a stool a little bit, looks over at you, somewhat confused, and just says, "Yes, I'm Ashen." But
I'll just slightly back up, pat Astros on the shoulder. You're up.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna turn around and look for Nemea and Vice, and at the same time, just announce to Nemea that it's feeding time for Agatha, Nemea.
you see Ashen kind of looks over your shoulder.
It is.
It's feeding time. Yes.
Ashen looks over your shoulder, Asteros, and kind of notices this conversation in the background, but ultimately is focused on you. Let's see whether he knows who you are. Yeah, he recognizes you, and he says, Sergeant, what can I do you for is, sorry, I don't recognize this man. He looks kind of down at you a little bit, Taryn, purely because you're shorter than him. Just says, I'm sorry, I don't recognize this fellow. Is he with you?
This fellow is indeed with me. He is the right-hand man of my squad.
Hi there, Taryn. Nice to meet you.
This is Private Parvis and my other colleagues here. We've just come to introduce ourselves to you. As you can see, I'm a man of many, many years. My adult life, and I know every commanding officer, and yet I do not know of you. I've heard many stories of the Serenity Squad, and indeed of you, Commander Ashen. I thought it'd be best that we spend some of our mutual downtime getting to know each other for the sake of cooperation in the military.
Many stories. Well, that's good to hear. Certainly your reputation precedes you. I've not had command of the Serenity Squad for too long, but everything's going fine. We've been quite successful in the tasks assigned to us recently.
What missions have you had recently?
Well, before I joined, they were out in the field north of Starvin, reconnaissance, taking care of some bandits, from what I understand. The story is that they came across a monk who was searching for, I suppose recruits would be the word. Something had happened to the rest of his monastery, and he was searching for people to accommodate it in some fashion. He seemed as though he was trying to rebuild, from what I understand. You have to understand I wasn't there. They've recounted the tale to me, and given that it was their choice, having been assisted by this fellow in their task at the time, that they named themselves after the monastery that he was a part of. So that's how we got the name. I myself have not been a sergeant for too long, though I was quite a successful corporal, and obviously was looking to progress within the military anyway how. And this is not the first time that I've led these men. There are 4 of us in total. Yep, that's right. We assisted with the move into the central point here, and we have pretty much been on hold since then. My understanding is that, well, and he leans in close to you and he says, the word is that they want somebody to go in to the lake, but most people have been putting it off. I personally would not want to put that sort of mission on the men and women. It seems somewhat arduous, likely to cause damage to our equipment, and we can't have that, given that we're surrounded, and he kind of motions towards the trees nearby. It's like, given that we're surrounded by quite likely the enemy.
Did I hear him say about the lake?
Yeah, everyone can hear this, I would say.
I would just sort of mumble to myself, like, I want to go into
that. Let me see if he hears you. It does not.
Yes, we were offered the same mission with the lake. Fortunately, we've been tasked with something much more pressing, involving scouting and ensuring the outer camp is secure.
If I remember correctly, Sergeant, isn't this squadron? And he looks over at the men. I assume at this point, Vice, you're gone.
He put in the chat that when he heard the signal about Agatha, then he wants to go to a corner.
Okay, so Vice, without difficulty, you just head away from this like hold tent, and then come back. You find a side where, because you guys are quite close to the edge now, you can almost get close to the trees and find a quiet place to go invisible. You don't need to roll for it. It's easy to do. And you make your way back over. He kind of looks past you, Asteros, notices that one was missing, and he's like, relatively small squad here. Prisoners, aren't they? Not to be rude, but that's the rumor.
They're mercenaries. They're warriors for hire. They played a sterling role in the entry point of this war, and we thought what better than to do than to keep them on and to put them under my command. They have proven themselves in battle already, and now I consider them part of my squad fully.
I just slightly pipe on and go, to be fair, I've been in that prison a lot longer. I don't know what they're in for.
Yes, prison life changed him.
I see.
I wasn't doing anything bad.
Yes, shut up, Harvest. So, we have, we're all in this together.
I'm not a criminal.
Beg your pardon, Sergeant, as he kind of like speaks over Taran a little bit as you brush him away. He kind of just speaks over him. He's like, "Am I wrong in thinking that Godwin's got some sort of investment in this squad as well? Isn't that the case?"
Indeed, yes. She's overseeing the hierarchy of our squad. Not so involved in the day-to-day, no, much more administrative.
Oh, I see.
I mean,
Yeah,
well,
easy to be
she was
brave,
with us
but-
for the last 3 weeks until you swapped with her, isn't that right, Sergeant?
Yes, I came in to help secure the campsite. She had other more pressing matters to attend to.
Well.
Yeah, she helped us find the space, and then swapped out with Sergeant, and then he's helped us secure it.
Well, it
Indeed.
certainly seems secure. A job well done.
Thank you. So, as you can see, we've come to just to spend a little bit of time. We're all in this together. It is us humans, dirty elves, and we thought, well, what better? Should we find ourselves on the battlefield together, we should see each other, brethren. So we have come to discuss supplies with you, to discuss combat strategy with you, and just to have a little bit of socializing as well while we can enjoy this downtime together. What do you say?
Not at all. It's just perfectly fine. Roll persuasion for me.
Has he obviously got like his squad with him, or is he just surrounded by hundreds of people?
Not hundreds. There's about 20 people in here. It's quite a
Okay.
big space. You know, when we went to Winter Wonderland the first time, and the place where you could get the hot dogs was like a big tent of tables and
Yeah.
stuff. It was like that sort of size.
Okay then. Is there anyone that's obviously Raina that's nearby?
Well, there's two
close to him?
people that kind of match the
Okay.
description. Nobody's close to him because he stepped up at Taran shouting his name.
Oh, okay.
It's about, there we go, 22.
Well, he says, "Well, I'd be willing to spend some time with those that have achieved the same rank as I. Unfortunately, my men are somewhat busy, but if you have any questions, Sergeant, you're more than welcome to sit with me." And he points over a bench nearby and suggests that like the two of you could sit down. He's not really looking to your squad to join you.
No, neither am I. Well, there's nothing more important in this trying time than camaraderie. Let me introduce you to my men. As I mentioned, this here is Private Parvus. He's an expert in the quarterstaff and a fearsome spellcaster.
You flatter me.
I was going to say, he kind of pats the sword on his hip and is like, "Quarterstaff's not much of a weapon."
It is in the
Well-
right hands. I've seen him take down 30 men with that staff.
Sometimes I don't really
deception.
need the staff, and I just.
I'm
slide
definitely
back
pulling
the-
a face. Like,
Yeah, like the fact that Livia's kind of looking like, is probably what's prompted it more than anything.
So,
I
was it
just.
roll
say,
persuasion,
like-
you say?
Deception, you're
Deception.
lying.
Oh, deception.
Say that again,
I was
Taryn.
gonna-
you lie.
I was gonna say, like, I don't always need the quarter staff, and I slide back.
Disgrace.
19.
I was gonna say, I don't
Like
always
it's
need the
been a
quarter
while.
staff, and I slide back my sleeve to show off the scales.
Okay. He looks at you with the sliding back of the scales. He's like, yes,
Left
the
arm specifically, not my black
not the
arm.
black hand. he
I thought you should
he
show
sees the scales. He heard the mention of magics, and with Asteros's convincing tale of your achievements, he looks at you and he says, "Yes, certainly the magic makes more sense."
Perhaps he could show a thing or two to one of your men and
You
A
cut
battle
out.
master among you?
You cut out for quite a while
Oh.
there. Sorry. Try again.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
I heard perhaps you
Yes.
can,
Uh,
or he can.
Perhaps he could avail you of his skills and maybe learn something new from you as well.
Oh, there you go. Cut off at the end, but you're good. He looks at you and he just says, well, Meldar is certainly up for a challenge anytime somebody offers it. But as I say, they're quite busy at the moment. Sorry, am I
Yes.
to assist you in overseeing your subordinates in some fashion?
Not at all, not at all. Just introduce your men to us and we will engage with them independently while you and I discuss the coming war.
It's just that we are quite busy, as I mentioned. My men, whilst we are not working under any specific orders, we do have things to attend to. And he looks around and he's like, certainly they're in the vicinity, but working at the moment. As I say, if you have any questions, simply ask them through me. No offense, but unless I'm taking control here, I'm not too interested in the capabilities of your squadron.
Okay, I'm gonna just put sort of one hand on his hand and then the other hand on his shoulder. Gonna give it a gentle squeeze and just move in. It's like you misunderstand me, Ashen. I've been in this army a long time. I know all of these men and women as if they were my brothers and sisters and sons of daughters, and yet I do not know you. You've mysteriously risen to the rank of sergeant, the same rank that I hold myself, and surely a little bit of time just getting to know each other since we're on the same side would be very well placed, and I'm sure you'd agree time well spent.
As you press this a little bit, firstly, I'll say you can see Ashen in his full kind of visual at this point. He's young. He's not incredibly young. I would say maybe mid-30s. He's certainly old enough to hold this rank through the kind of, what's the term? Like, the normal means. He is a simple-looking human, fair-skinned, short brown hair. He wears slightly heavier armor and has a sword at his hip. You'd assume it's sort of some metal medium armor. It doesn't look as stocky as yours. And he says to you, certainly, Asteros. I'm afraid I don't massively have the time at the moment. As I say, if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. But Melda, Rayna, and
Forgive me for interrupting, but
certainly
we have some free time. So if your team is busy and requires some assistance with anything, then I'm sure me and my comrades won't mind helping if you need anything.
I'm sure you have your orders. No assistance required. I should probably return to my duties, if that's all right. And he kind of moves away out of your grip a little bit, Asteros.
I'm gonna keep my hand gripped on him.
Okay.
Can I roll intimidate?
Yeah, sure. Roll intimidation.
19.
Okay. So he holds for a moment, looking at you, almost starting to get like a brim of a confused look at this point.
Okay, so you mentioned if I had any questions. As a matter of fact, I do. We have the downtime. You're very busy. Allow my men to help yours while we converse.
Very well. I believe Rayna is working on some swords. And he kind of points over to the corner of this tent, and you can see that she's pretty much just sharpening her own sword.
I'll nod and head in that direction.
She's the one long brown-haired woman who does not have it tied back in any fashion. Similar to Ashen, she's kind of fair-skinned. She's relatively tall. She looks a fair bit younger than him. She seems quite serious, quite focused on what she's doing at the time. You can't really see many more specific features other than that from this range, but he kind of points her out. He mentioned Meldar a moment ago. He says Meldar, I believe, is keeping watch, and he looks over past the tent and can't really see him. And he just kind of turns back to you and he says, He's likely round the corner, dwarven fellow. And Alaylor, I believe, is studying at the moment. It's something that helps us a great degree when we are out on mission. And he looks back over towards Raina, and you see close to where she's sharpening a blade, a few kind of tables down, there's a kind of unintimidating fellow who looks very young, poring over some books. And
The young bookish type, eh?
He points out a table that's kind of in the center instead, and like tries to loosen your grip, Astros, to like motion over to the thing, unless you're holding him.
No, I'm going to nod towards Taran at the mention of young and bookish.
Okay.
I'm going to head over to Raina.
Okay.
I was thinking about Meldar, so I just sort of look around. I'm like, wait, what? Bookish? What? Huh?
What's Nemea doing? Is she?
I believe she's here and she's just looking after Agatha. But if Taran goes off to Bookish young one and I go off to Raina, that leaves her with Bela'Dun or whatever there is name.
Meldar.
Bela'Dun, who is round the corner probably and is a caster of some fashion.
Yeah, out of character, Taran, it's completely up to you which of those two you want to go with. I haven't outright told you.
I look quite baffled about this young and bookish dude because I was literally just thinking about Meldar. Like I'm just like, I sort of out on the show like I'm gonna go look for this Meldar, and then you start mentioning this young and bookish dude. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you've kind of half stepped at this point, and as the other two are moving away from you, you're generally going towards Meldar. Nemea, what are you doing?
I will go with Taran.
Okay. So as Taran passes you and Agatha, you two disappear off round the corner. Livia, you are heading over to Raina. So you see a... Go on, Vice?
Sorry, how long has it been so far?
Since you cast the spell?
Yes.
5-10 minutes. So let's call it 5 minutes. It's not been the world's longest conversation.
Cool. Thank you.
I don't know specifically where you are, but without difficulty you're able to maneuver your way around this tent and generally hear everything without too much hassle. You might not hear the stuff with Meldar who's outside the tent, because I assume you've gone inside to overhear.
No, I'm inside. Yeah, I'm inside.
So as you approach Raina, Livia, she looks up at you and she just kind of gives you a nod like, hey, and looks back down, continues sharpening a blade.
I'm just like, oh, hey, Raina, is it?
Yeah, but who are you?
My name's Livia. I'm with, and I'm going to look at Astros over my shoulder, and Sergeant Astros.
Somniatel, you picked a kind of difficult one there. You drew the short straw in leaders.
Well, I was hoping to find someone who might be able to enlighten me a little more, because he is suddenly different.
Yeah, a lot of history, that guy.
Yeah, feel free to share. I'm interested on that one.
Well,
I've had some... Sorry, carry on.
I know the rumors. Everyone does.
Yes, isn't it something about an old squad we'd left behind or something? Maybe I've misheard.
Yeah, that's generally how it went down. Story goes that they had a mission where they got a bit too deep, and rather than I'm not 100% on it, but my understanding is he either left them or went in with them and got them killed. I don't think they came back.
Yeah, that's the vibe I got too. Short straw.
I think he was possibly the only survivor.
That shows.
I mean, from the look of him, I guess he's been the only survivor for a while.
That is certainly fair. What about your sergeant? He seems friendly.
Nice enough guy, but
New to your squad, isn't he? He's only recently taken over.
Did he?
Yeah.
I guess not been with us too long.
Can I roll insight?
Sure, roll insight.
2. No, 10. I rolled a 2, but 10.
That's a shame.
She seems like she's telling the truth from what you can tell, but ultimately is a little bit withheld.
Mm. Who was your sergeant before?
Oh, he was a nice guy. He, well, you know, it's all history now, and I'm working. I don't have a drink in my hand, you know.
Oh, you like a drink?
We're soldiers. You're familiar with this?
Oh yes, completely. But there was a strange involvement I had in the mess hall earlier, and someone got really crabby about drinking. So
Huh?
I just I didn't get the vibe that a lot of people drank around here. I thought it was just me and my friend, who's I don't know where he's gone actually.
You sorry, you tried to get a drink earlier today?
No, like the other day. But like it seemed like it was a strange question to be asking. I got the vibe that apparently it's not a lot of people around here drink.
I don't know what to tell you. Probably everyone around you drinks.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
I
could really do with a drink.
Been here of an evening?
Yes, we've only recently just come back. We were recently out on mission with another sergeant. Although actually, I think she's not a sergeant. Oh, I swear she was.
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant, that's it.
Tanny. I appreciate your a private?
Yep.
Yeah, when you've spent some time, you'll get to know how it works. Wait till the evening, and as long as you're not on watch, drink's pretty easy to come by.
Oh, sweet. Just the mess hall, I take it?
Pretty much. Or anyone surrounding it.
Oh, result. Are you on duty now?
Not right now, we don't have orders. I just have to maintain some of the weapons, and that's pretty much it.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Well, now I want a drink.
Yeah.
We should get one.
We can, if you're...
I mean, why not? Oh, yeah, we've got downtime. So my sergeant got told by, like, his lieutenant lady that he needed to acquaint himself with your sergeant. I don't really know. Like you said, I'm a private. I don't really know what's going on. But
Roll
I've got
persuasion.
downtime. Oh. Dum dum. Persuasion. This is not my bag, like, at all.
Oh god.
She looks at you.
Oh, is that how you spell Raina? Sorry.
That's how
That is
she
not what I
spells
had in my
Raina.
head.
One sec.
Rivia? I'm so confused.
She looks at you as you kind of suggest this and just like, you got coin?
Yeah, I got some coin.
I got
I haven't
expensive
had means to
tastes.
spend it. That sounds like it tastes good.
And you're buying?
Sure. How else do you make friends?
She looks over to just the surrounding people, essentially. You see that her scabbard is empty, and she puts aside the whetstone she was using to sharpen the blade that she's holding and puts it back in her scabbard. It's her sword. She walks past you, and as she does, she just goes, "Follow me," and walks out of the tent. Okay.
As I follow behind her, I'm going to be like, nice sword.
She doesn't say anything. Vice,
Yeah,
what are you doing at this point?
Oh,
What a fucking bender today I am.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, Raina is already with Livia at the moment, and Meldor. Is it Meldor?
Meldar is outside.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go and hang around Meldar for a minute.
Okay. That's fine. So as you head outside. Did you stay inside and hear Raina's conversation with Livia, or did you just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So you heard that.
Yeah, I did.
Focused on that. You then left with Livia and Raina as they head further central from this point.
Yeah. I tried to follow them out so that I didn't kind of like... I'm assuming the tent has got kind of like...
Yeah,
a thing
like
you have to
it's,
kind of
it's
go over.
open enough that you don't have to like push your way. This is quite an
Okay,
open
cool.
area, so it's kind of pinned back, so you can pass through.
Okay.
But you know, you're on
Alright, cool.
grass. Your feet will leave prints. If anyone's paying specific attention,
Yeah.
they might notice something.
I want to spend some time with Meldar because Meldar just disappeared when everyone else kind of like stuck around.
It's not so much that he disappeared. He was never there to begin with. When Ashen pointed him out, he noticed that he wasn't in the tent, and then said that he must be around the corner or something.
Cool. Well, I will find Meldar and...
So, Taran and Amaya, in the time that Livia is talking to Raina, you guys have headed round the corner, armed with the information that Meldar is a Dwarven Fellow. You do, in fact, see a Dwarven Fellow round the corner from this staging tent. Just seems to be standing still.
I just go, oh, hey, Mulder. I'm assuming?
Hey, who are you?
Name's Taran. How do you do? I'm part of the Wands of Dusk squad.
The what, sorry?
Wands of Dusk.
I am not familiar with you.
We're fairly new. We're underneath Asteros. Don't know if you've heard of it.
Lucy, you might want to turn on the noise suppression thing in Discord as well and see if it works for you, because currently you are just permanently broadcasting for some reason.
I can hear myself, so...
I can hear you twice.
Yeah, I don't know why Lucy's thing is just
I don't know why,
permanently
you weren't at all.
broadcasting. Lucy?
Oh, there you go. It
There we
stopped.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Was I broken?
You
Yep.
were just like
Back now.
sound all the time. I don't know why. Speak again, Taran.
Hello? It's all through me
Crackly,
now.
but came through and it didn't come through Lucy, so that's fine.
Yeah!
Sorry, you said to him that you guys were new. He just goes, okay, I'm on watch. Is there something I can do for you?
Oh, we're just sort of coming around, getting to know you guys from your squad. Just want to see
Okay.
how things are going, you know?
Seems awfully pointless.
Well, we have some free time. I don't know.
You,
And I hear you're magically inclined, and I'm always interested in a bit of magic. And I'm just sort of rubbing my hands, quite
he looks
excited.
at you very confused and just goes, no. And then he points down, he kind of puts his hands on his waist, and he has two, like, one-handed axes, and it's just like, I think you've got the wrong fellow. Also, most people, when they've got downtime, they go and eat or something, or get a drink, mate. Sorry, I'm on watch. What can I...
I like this guy.
Well, you're an awfully rude fellow, and I just pat him on the head and fuck off.
Oh my god.
I'm really
Okay.
sorry about this. Have a nice day. And I just
I don't
chase
think
after
you
him.
pat a dwarf and it goes down well.
Oh my
Fucking hell, man. God.
What is it? 1 plus strength?
The bookish guy.
You take 5 bludgeoning damage
Oh, what?
as he...
As far as I know, I was told that this guy was a cast. That's what
Yes,
I
no, you-
remember being said.
You may well remember that.
No, he
I didn't
was,
say that.
Correct.
No,
It doesn't matter.
said that
it
he was
doesn't
always up
matter,
for a
and
duel.
that is what Taran heard.
I
So,
don't fucking know.
no, that's fine. This is not a bad outcome. It's a fun outcome. You take 5 bludgeoning damage. I need you to make a con save, I'm going to say, as he punches you in the face because you tapped his head.
Sorry, just
Or
working
patted him
out.
on the head, I think is...
Fucking.
Vice, you can't do both. You've either come outside to hear Meldar or you're looking for a Laylor.
No, well, I mean, I was overhearing the conversation and I thought this is not going anywhere. I'm going to leave.
Okay. I feel like you wouldn't be able to discern that until you see Taran get knocked out. Okay, cool.
17.
So that's a high enough roll. You like back foot. You feel like you could have been knocked on your ass, but you managed to hold it. Quite a few people in the surrounding area like stop, hands on like hilts, all the rest of it, turn around, and he doesn't step forward. He kind of half steps forwards as though what he just did was an appropriate response to what you just did, and then just goes. He looks at you, kind of half bruised on the side of the face, and admittedly he's looking up at you, and he just goes, "Sorry, mate, have we got a problem? I don't know who you are. I am on watch."
I just, with a sort of like weird joy, I just giggle a bit to myself. And I pull out my quarterstaff and I go, "We can have one if you want."
Oh my god.
Please don't kill him, please. Please don't.
He looks at you and he goes, "Fucking A, this shit is boring as fuck." And he pulls both his hand axes.
Oh my god, he's gonna kill you.
Roll initiative.
Can we get some?
Yeah.
Can we get some battle music?
Yeah, leave me a sec.
My good god. Taran just can't help himself, man.
Fascinating.
I'm just saying, this proves it's Ulrich. It's Ulrich, okay? We're just proving it now.
I'm feeling so pumped today. Genuinely, I didn't realize the time. Like this
That's
session,
good.
fucking. Oh,
Feeling so pumped, you decided
trying
to
to find
pat a
something
dwarf in a bad
interesting.
mood on the head.
Yeah.
I initially made Taran to be quite a chaotic person, and I haven't been feeling that lately. So I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna go all out this time.
There's chaotic,
So-
and then there's offensive.
I think this session's been quite chaotic, to be honest.
I can't. Give me a game. Somebody give me a game to set the battle music from, or any sort
Snakes
of
and
battle music.
ladders.
I don't feel like that is as epic as you have in your mind. I know when you play it, it's quite a challenge, but I need.
Cooking Mama.
Octopath.
Mama 2.
Cooking Mama 2.
That shit is intense.
Oh my lord.
Okay, here we go. Oh no, that's 10 hours. I need. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
I'm just
Sorry, apologies, stream. This is awesome, and we need to find the correct music for it.
Max, what are you drinking?
What is
Here
it?
lies
Jason?
Taran.
Jameson's.
Deceit.
Jameson.
He should not have
Nice.
patted on that dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not happening. Let's disconnect this
Made a
one,
mistake there, man.
and then. Oh, that was playing then.
Octopath. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Do.
Turn the bar up a bit.
Yeah, I've just turned it up, so hopefully it comes through the volume that I think it does in the stream. Cool. So, initiative.
It's 8.
8. Okay. There are no tokens.
Oh, poor Nemea's just stood there with the chicken.
Yeah, I don't
just
know
like,
what you want to do, Nemea, but
I said
currently...
I'd run off.
Okay,
I'd
cool.
run to find Livia and the sergeant. I'm assuming I know
I'm gonna
where
have
they
to go-
roughly went.
Back to... Well, you know that they're inside the tent. They haven't left it as yet.
I go there.
This one's Taran. There we go. A turn. Cool. Let me just come back to here. I'm going to use Asteros's token as Meldar. That didn't work because Numlock is off.
Hit him like you hit me. In the ball.
Cool. So he is first. Let me just pull up some stats. You're level 5, right?
Yes.
Cool. Here we go. Bam and dump, dump.
Still need to play Octopath.
Fantastic game. Since I've come back here.
I bought
sorry,
it. It's on the
again.
shelf.
Yeah, I only got like the one the one other playable character so far. Like I've got 2 people. I did not get that far.
Great. I pick a thing that gives me no fucking stat block. What we got?
Go
There we
for
go.
it.
Right. Good. Okay. He's about the right height as well. So, how is that? That can't be right. That's not enough hit points. This must... that's why, yeah. That's fine.
Inside the tent, Asteros is just like, I'm sure this is all going well. This was a great plan with no flaws.
Unlike the drunkenness, there's no disturbing feeling. You're feeling like everything is fucking A-okay.
I'm slowly healing my psych damage.
He pulls 2 loosely held hand axes that are on his waist. They're kind of just like, you know, they slotted through the shaft of the hand axe and they hang in the loop on his belt buckle because the head of the axe is too big to fall through it. He pulls them out, and seeing that you pull a quarterstaff, he grins and spins the axes around. So that if he is going to hit you with the front of them, it will be the flat side. It's metal, but it's flat.
Fair enough. I respect this dude.
He holds one kind of close to you. He holds the other, and he points it out at a few people in the crowd. As he does, you see him kind of focus it on a few people, and then focus it on this one woman. Huge fucking sword on her back. And you hear him just shout out at her, "They're fun! This one's fine! You do nothing! Are we okay?" And she shouts back over to him like, "Meldar, I do not care." And then she looks around and just goes, "Leave them to it, boys!" And then just like starts slowly walking away. You recognize her to be Misha, who you know from before. He then jumps to you because you are close enough. And that shit. 11 and 19.
That one hits, yeah.
Yep.
14, you see.
What health are you at? What's your health right now?
37.
37, okay, cool. Okay, that's a bit bullshit. Let me just change this so that it's more realistic. Because otherwise it's going to take years. Cool, so on the hit, that is this guy. 7... 14 damage.
Ooh.
As he hits you with... Actually, do you know what? This is too high thing. Bear with me one sec. Let me take the plus down. 11 damage.
Oh, okay, so 2 back.
Yeah, sorry. A little bit impromptu. I'm balancing this guy's stat block as we go. So, 11 damage total from the one axe. Because he missed with the other.
Ooh.
He is... also, because I did think this earlier, that's rounded down to 5. Because he's hitting you with the blunt side.
Oh.
Okay.
He's not hitting you with the axe side, like I described earlier.
Only taken...
He's only taken 5.
Right,
so it would have been 11 damage if he was hitting you with the sharp side of his axe, but I'm halving his damage because he's hitting you with the blunt side.
There we go. I figured out.
Mess him up, Taram. Beat some information out of him, yeah?
Having felt that, I'm just gonna get nice and pumped and sort of twirl the quarterstaff in quite a nice flourish, but then suddenly stop it slightly lower down, and I just go for a full-on, like, almost bat-like smack across his face.
Roll to hit.
This is the fun part where I've got a bunch of pluses. So
yeah, you've got all sorts of shit that you've been holding off on.
This is gonna be fun, right? It's just the +2 to hit so far, so. Plus.
Reading the stat block as we go.
Yeah. Oh,
that'll miss.
Christ.
So, as you
Wait, give me a sec. Do I have advantage? Nope.
You've got +1s and stuff. I don't think you have advantage.
Yeah.
So, as you swing this quarterstaff right for the face, a proper kind of knockout hit, he quickly just turns the left hand axe, having missed with it, so that when you hit against his face, you hit the blade of his axe instead. You chip off a portion of your quarterstaff, so it has, whereas previously the end of it, if you want to look at the map, whereas previously the end of it was kind of quarterstaffy shaped. It's not a penis. It's now like this. Should be able to see that.
Notch.
That's sad.
Cuts a
Here's
full-on
my
notch
question.
out at the end of it.
just as a full gamey thing, does that just remove the like +2 to hit thing, or does it remove all of the damage next attack stuff as well?
Shit. I believe the damage was based on your next successful attack. So all of your to hit stuff is gone, because that was your first attempt to hit. But all of the stuff based on damage is still good until you... Because I think I said with the damage stuff, it's on your next hit. That wasn't a hit.
Yeah.
Okay, is that your turn? You doing anything else?
Yeah, I'm just double checking. It's either that's basically it.
Okay, so he comes at you again once more. That is a 18. And that's a 22.
Fucking very much yes.
So that's 8, 14 halved to 7 on the first hit. And 13, 19 halved to 9 on the second.
Oof.
So maths, that's 16.
Damn.
What's your health at?
Just give me a sec, I need to figure out maths. $14.
You're at 14 currently. Okay, cool. So he again brings that left hand axe back around once to the lower ribs, and then as you kind of double over slightly, he like half jumps and slams once on the back. Give me a con save.
I meant 16, by the way. My maths
16, that's fine, no worries.
Con save, yeah?
Yes, please.
It's +6. Ooh, fuck
You
me.
are knocked prone as he slams you on the back, knocks you to the ground. He takes a few steps back and he just goes, "You've got some spirit, mate, but not much skill."
As a reaction to that, I just kind of laugh. It just a sort of like, well, fuck.
It's your turn.
Cool.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna sort of do that kind of, you know, the flourishy, like you whip yourself back and then jump up to your feet.
Acrobatics.
Oh, okay, fair enough. This is not so acrobatics, yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay, cool. That is my +1. Oh,
Not bad. You, it's not as fluid and impressive as you were hoping for, but you pull off the maneuver. You see a moment pass over his expression of like mild impressedness.
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna go again for another quarterstaff hit, but it's sort of. I imagine it would be a kind of like I'd go in for a blow to his chest, and then I'd feint and swing the backhand of the staff over towards his.
Okay,
left
cool. So he brings the hand axe up and almost knocks away the blow to the chest, overextending slightly as you feint, and it's kind of lent his face forwards a little bit as you come round with the other one, hitting him with a 19.
And that is right. Let's
your
see
damage
the fun
isn't
pluses
halved
now.
because you are hitting with your quarterstaff like normal. He's the only one sort of halting his blows a little bit.
So, D6 plus D4 of lightning damage. Yeah, that's right. 9 damage.
9 damage total.
All of that
cool.
lightning sparking out.
Wow.
That is this many. Cool. So as you do this damage and it sparks out across his face as he's kind of overextended a little bit and gets hit by it, it steps him back a little bit. He kind of half falls to a knee at this point, like catching his balance. He's a slightly shorter fellow, as a dwarf. And he looks up at you and he goes, "Okay, maybe a bit to you. Interesting." Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I would just do a nice, like, cheeky smile at him. Like, I'm enjoying this.
24, followed by a 18.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Second.
So, with his first hit, he does... Sorry, was it just... No, it was 2 hits. It was 2 hits. With his first hit, he does 11 damage. 11 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
And with the second hit, he sees that he's basically about to knock you out with this second hit. And he recognizes this. So as he slams you once to the kind of upper chest and it like knocks you back, he quickly, he like drops that axe after the impact, hits you hard on the chest with it, drops it, grabs the scruff of your like clothing, pulls you up close to him, brings the other axe up backwards, as if he could like crack you on the head at this point if he wanted to. And he just goes, he leans in close to you. And he kind of half looks over you to see that Nemea's not there anymore, really. And he just goes, "This guy. I like this guy."
I just sort of let out a sigh of like just that breath of relief, just like
Well done, man. That's 2 and 2 now.
He
definitely
kind of holds you up a little bit as you get back on your feet properly. He looks over at your quarterstaff and he goes, "Sorry about that, but it's a stupid choice of weapon, really."
I mostly do the caster thing, so this is
Oh, held back, did you? I respect that.
I felt it was more of a weapon duel there.
Certainly. He kind of leans his hand out for you to like shake his hand.
I fully shake it, like full on respect.
He grips
just like,
it.
fuck yeah.
Mhm.
You all but take damage from the handshake grip. And he says to you, "Mel'dan Axebreaker, Serenity Squad. You're looking for some sort of caster, but you come around here asking after us. I think you need a lay lord, but if you need anything, you let me know. What is
I'll
your
be
name?"
honest, I'm Taran Parvis.
Nice to
I'm
meet
a bit
you.
absent-minded. They were talking about some other stuff. I kind of lost a bit of the information in my mind there. Sorry.
They'll do that, and he looks down at his like hand axes that he's looped back into his waist. He reaches down for the one that he dropped earlier and puts it back in.
You got a massive kick to those axes.
Aye, and that was the wrong end.
Yeah. I don't ever want to meet the other one.
Well, we're on the same side. You'll be fine.
Just a nice knowing nod of just like, yeah. Thank God for that. Well, I'm gonna see if I can talk to some of the other guys in your squad. I hope we can fight again.
Sounds good to me. You seek me out, I'll have a match for you. And if there's anything you need to know, just let me know.
Indeed, and I do that kind of like salute of cheekiness that I tend to do,
Yeah.
and then just saunter off towards the tent.
As you walk away, you hear him kind of shout into the distance, like, "Oh, come on, Misha, that was good." And she doesn't really say anything back. You head inside. So, Asteros, you've been sitting with Ashen, the leader of this squad. He's being like, he was originally quite forthcoming, but the more you sort of pressed him for information, the more he seems to be like buttoning up, essentially.
Holding back.
Yeah. I went weird for a sec. So what do you say to this guy as you sit down at this table?
Sure. Sergeant Ashen, I'll have to be completely forthcoming with you. In the small amount of time we've had since we've arrived at this camp, quite a number of things have gone mysteriously wrong around it. I've heard tales of supplies being damaged, things being stolen, and I'm just making the rounds to see if anyone knows anything about it. Have you heard it?
That's Birmingham.
Is that Crime Town?
That is Birmingham.
Crime Town, right there. Crime Town UK.
Yeah, to see if you've heard any rumors.
Well, certainly I've heard rumors of the like. We made the trek here from outside the wood to the clearing that your squad was, from what I understand, a part of locating. It wasn't without fault, but no, I'm not familiar with any sort of accidents or anything like that. Certainly not involving myself. Maybe
One of your men.
Squad
You
was
mentioned
involved?
you've been. No, but Sorry, I need to turn the bot down. I can't actually hear myself. That's better. No, I keep my men on a tight leash. You know their background. But we've also been on missions, and I only recently come back to this situation. You mentioned that you're quite new to commanding this unit. How well do you know them?
Perfectly well. Well enough to lead them. My appointment to Sergeant was not too long ago, but this is not the first time that I've worked with others. Part led a squad. I was a corporal for a number of years, and I've been moved into this rank to recognize that achievement. I trust these men with my life. And Rainer.
Well, just for the sake of formality, what can you tell me?
They're good soldiers, Sergeant. There isn't much more to it other than that.
Come on, there always must be something more than that. Do you know
their...
Okay. Rolling. 14.
Okay. You can tell that there's like more to what he's got to say, but that you're not really coming at him from a point of like, you're not two mates chatting down like in free time. Like you very much come at him from a like authoritative point of view, and whilst you both hold the same rank, this approach has put him on the back foot, and he doesn't seem to be very forthcoming. You're not convincing him to sort of like be anything other than tight-lipped at this point, and he closes up more at this point almost, and it's just like, again, Sergeant, I'm sorry. It's obviously we're on the same side. I'm looking to help you however possible, and whilst I'm not wholly understanding of the intricacies of whatever mission you've been sent on here or who's put you on it, I'm afraid I feel like I've done my best. As I say, we've got many things to attend to, so if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to get back to work.
Okay, I think I'm gonna cut my losses at this point. Very good, very good. I will let you return to your duties. One small favor that I ask. I just wish to have a chat with the bookish fellow you mentioned.
Certainly, fine. He's over there, and you just see a sort of Taran-looking guy without any blue scales or black hands.
Taran guy.
He is loosely robed. He has the hood up. Kind of brown, simple robes, and he's sitting at a bench over to the side near where Raina was originally sharpening her blade. He seems to be reading a book, but he has a pile of 3 books to the right of that book.
Okay, I'm just going to walk up to him.
Okay.
Alelo, was it?
Yes. Can I help you?
Greetings. My name is Sergeant Asteros of the Wardens of Dusk. I've been speaking with your commander, Officer Ashen, and I understand that you're quite the booksmith.
Asteros,
Booksmith,
yes.
is that?
I'm familiar with you and your reputation. Is there anything I can help you with?
Well, Ashen mentioned that you're studying for the missions ahead. I was wondering what kind of intel you may have prized out of Wood Elves or anything to do with the local area.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry if that's what he's led you to believe. I think by studying, he simply was referencing my studies. You see, I'm somewhat of a fledgling caster, and I'm pursuing that route with intent to match the mages that the Starver military has at its behest, limited as we are, given the recent events in Stalvin.
Well, perhaps we could assist in your studies, and... Oh. So Nemea came back in to get Livia, right? So Nemea's in the tent?
Yeah. I ran back to tell you guys that Taran was getting beaten the fuck up.
Yeah, it's probably because all of these things are kind of happening at the same time. Vice, you've come in a little bit before Nemea. So you've started to hear the start of the conversation with the Laylor, but missed the conversation with Ashen. And it's about now that Nemea comes back into the main tent. Livia's gone. She's gone with Raina somewhere.
Let me introduce you to our caster, Private Hartley.
Astros, Lieutenant, there's a situation.
Sorry.
You should probably come now. Just quickly.
Okay, I will attend to the situation outside the tent. You get acquainted here with Alayla about the nature of magic, and I'm just going to hurriedly walk out the tent.
He looks at you,
Talk to him
Nemea,
about magic.
and he like weakly smiles and just goes, "Is that a chicken?"
Oh, this. Yes.
Yes.
This is Agatha.
Oh, and you've named it. How quaint. Don't you find it slightly more
she's not
difficult to
mine.
slaughter the animal if you've named it?
She's more of a laying hen.
I see.
She lays eggs.
Does she?
I mean,
I find that's what they're known for, my dear. You're
Fucking hell.
you're quite some way from your home, aren't you?
Yes.
Legs.
Quite a strange duo amidst the Stalvan military in a forward outpost in the middle of a war. A horned girl and her chicken.
We've just been sent around on missions. And we've just come here for some intel. The chicken, I'm babysitting the chicken.
I see.
It's not my chicken.
You're holding this chicken for a friend.
You cut out for me.
You said you're holding this chicken for a friend.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, I'm not too sure.
Strange times.
Certainly. I'm not too sure as the designation of your sergeant, though it seems you aren't certain of his rank. I have spells to attend to, attempt. Good day. Say that again, Nemea?
I'll leave you to it. Have a nice day.
You too, horned one. And he looks back at his books.
I just leave the tent and I just sit on the floor in defeat.
Agatha Cryptial style.
Yeah, completely.
Did she what? Did she crack her style or something? Is that what you said?
Crimpet, yeah.
So as you come outside, Nemea, you see Astaros almost like uncertain as to whether or not he should be breaking these two up or giving them some space. Their relationship seems very confusing. They clearly have been like beating each other up, and yet somehow they seem to be best friends. And as Astaros is sort of close to making up his mind, Taran kind of moves away and like comes close to Astaros at this point, and you just plop down on the ground near them, Nemea.
Oh, Sergeant. Hello.
Parvus, you look bruised.
I'm bleeding.
Yeah, we had a fight. That was fun.
How did that go?
Not well, but also very well.
It seems you made a friend.
Yeah, he seems like a decent dude. If he's got ulterior motives. Fuck me, he's an evil dude.
I'm just going to turn and look at the mayor. It's like, didn't I just leave you in the tent? How are you out of it?
Someone take this damn chicken.
I'll take the chicken. We've got minutes to learn before before our friend comes back. Get in there. Talk to the mage.
Hi, it's me again and my chicken.
I've got the chicken. I've taken Agatha. And
let me start again, please.
So there's 20 minutes off your spell at this point, Vice.
Thanks.
You are hearing a smattering of all of these conversations in and out as you make your way around.
I'm starting to sweat like now.
so I'm going to be kind of like visibly flustered to everyone around as I'm just sort of like impatiently stamping my foot and wrestling a chicken off the tiefling, like pointing back to the tent, and I can't say anything.
Meanwhile, that's a 6, a 7, and an 8 to discern the footprints that Vice is leaving. So nobody in the surrounding area has noticed any sort of weirdness with Vice and his invisibleness.
Invisible feet.
Nemea, are you heading back inside to speak to Alayla?
Oh.
As this commotion's gone on, I just be like, oh, Pastor, huh? Oh, okay, I'll go talk to this guy.
The chicken removed from you, did you say you're not? You're staying outside.
Can't you two swap? Sorry, I don't know if I can really, because
No, you cannot talk.
I can't really talk, can I?
No.
Sorry, Nemea, what did you say you were doing?
Nothing.
Just standing there in front of Asteros,
Without
silent.
a chicken.
Without a chicken. Now he's kind of half snatched it from you.
I just looking up at him, just completely, bewildered and blank.
Heartily, I gave you an order. Don't forget our agreement.
I don't know what to ask this man. I think my opportunity's gone.
Start off with the chicken is gone.
I can't remember the chicken.
Let's
Why-
start again.
I don't know what to suggest.
This chicken has blindsided us all.
It's so brilliant.
This
I'll
chicken
tell you what.
is seriously undoubtedly just fucking
Having
us all up.
successfully located Serenity Squad, with one of you bloodied in the face and beaten by one of them, the other one gone, another one gone but hopefully still around, one of you sitting on the floor in front of the tent, dumbstruck and unsure of how to proceed, and the other one as close to suffering psychic damage as you possibly can be, rubbing the bridge of his nose, wondering what the fuck has devolved from his squad. That is the end of today's session.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Oh,
Honestly, I do not think I've laughed that hard in months.
Oh no.
Can I just
Second
say
one,
that
man.
Agatha is the best addition we've had to this game?
Agatha is
Such a
unique.
mess.
It brought
It's
so
so great.
much joy and laughter and creativity.
I'm saying this right now. This has been the best session. Bar none.
Oh, I've had so much
Well
fun.
done.
Like, my stomach hurts, and that's not from the abs.
Well done.
I just say Agatha's rolls at the start was like nat 1, nat 1, nat 20, nat 20, nat 1. It was like it's like the cursed chickens.
She is.
Stone
She
of
is either
Zenny.
one or the
Oh,
other.
wonder.
The Stone of Zenny
Taran will get
pales
that
in
stone.
comparison.
Yeah.
Cool.
Aw.
Well, thank you for watching. If you did, our VODs will be on YouTube. Just search
Thank you very
Bela'Dun
much,
and
everyone.
Beyond.
Thank you.
Hopefully see you guys next
Gosh.
Tuesday.
Thanks, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, everyone.
Agatha's blessing be upon you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.